Okay,
Yeah.
starting off hot.
Hi, we're coming in.
Hi, Faith.
Hi.
Welcome to the Friends of Friends podcast.
Wow, thanks for having me.
What do you think of the name, to be honest?
Honestly, I was like, I'm not surprised. It's low key you. Like, it's like within your humor. Even when I saw the name, I was like, oh, you know what? Technically, I was a friend of a friend because I was Justin's friend first, and we became friends.
We were coworkers of coworkers of coworkers.
Okay, but I don't even think we were past that.
Yeah,
The
immediately.
vibes were there, The vibes were there.
That's true. That's true.
Honestly, I miss having cool coworkers though.
Where do you work now?
So I'm still.
I don't think we have talked about this.
I am still with. I'm like with a new. I'm not with WePro anymore. But I am.
You're back on the Googs?
No, well, I'm within Alphabet and autonomous vehicles.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Waymo.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
But
Are you on the fleet team, like operations?
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I think it's time.
I've heard some stories. How many like vehicles or drivers are you attending to?
Honestly, oh no, I don't I handle the engineers that handle like that do the back end work. It's cool. Like, dude, this is my first time being like a manager, like doing I'm like being an official manager where I'm in charge of people's like what is that?
Fucking money.
Yeah. And oh, dude, this has been like one of the most stressful years of my life with work, where it has
Really?
me like thinking what I want to do, like
No
if I want to
shit.
do a new career.
No shit.
Yeah,
So what's got you shook? Like, what is it?
just like
high stakes.
it's just like the people I work with. I think like obviously, right? Like as you get older, you experience different people and you realize like people are raised differently. They're raised differently, they work differently, and
Yeah.
it's like, damn.
So what's your like least favorite person? That's like a classic
I will tell you.
online.
I'll tell you
me.
offline. We'll table it.
Yeah. We'll side table
Yeah.
that.
It's just there's a lot where it makes you realize like there's nepotism involved or hierarchy, and it's like, oh, this is why you're.
What kind of engineers? Software?
Nah.
Hardware?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wait, I gotta think about it.
Yeah, my first kind of like engineer run-in was over at Woven Planet, another autonomous vehicles.
What? Wait, what do you do now?
I'm at Meta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Woven Planet, like we worked very closely with those engineers. A lot of hardware, and our day was pretty strict because we'd get there at 8:30, right, Kyle, and then we'd have every morning like an 8:30 sync. Like that way we're like most efficient. Like we're doing shit, you know.
I bet you that was hella different for you coming from
It was so
Maps.
different. Coming from Google Street View, we're just
Yeah.
like, hey, you get here when you get here, but like, as long as you answer an email, like you're technically working. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is kind of military, and that makes sense because like our manager Deo, what's up, Deo?
What up, Deo?
Yeah, right.
Oh, what
Shout
up,
out, Deo.
dude? Hey, Ari.
He was from. Oh yeah, hey Ari.
Hey, take that, girl.
Well, he came from military, but anyway, why am I saying this? Oh yeah, so we would then need to talk to like engineers, and they're like, oh, yeah, they don't come until like noon, if at all.
Yeah, sometimes,
like,
sometimes
what?
just for lunch.
Just for lunch.
I was thinking, what is that shit?
Yeah.
They're like rock stars. I'm like, holy shit, is that kind of what you're dealing with? Like that
No,
rock
it's
star
very
behavior?
no. I feel like I've been bamboozled, and I think that's why I want to get out of the consulting space. Because that's pretty much what we do. We're consultants for these companies. Besides being like cheaper alternatives for them, like
Right.
we're consultants.
Isn't that such a funny like word, consultant?
Yeah.
It's like it's so vague.
Yeah. When people used to ask, like, what do you do? I used to have a hard time, like, describing it until I worked here. And I was like, oh, it really is consulting work.
Like, I'm really just talking to people about things that they should do.
Or, like, yeah. And so it's different. I'm learning a lot as far as, like, before I used to think I knew a lot, and I realized I was pretty naive. But yeah, just
You know what you're good at?
what?
I feel like it's giving contracts, legal building stuff like EHS. You've heard of
What?
this, people?
No.
Environmental health and safety.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Like I think like you could learn all the legal stuff that everything needs, like permits for buildings and shit like that, and you could just be like, this needs fucking this.
Like, denied, bitch.
How heavy is that equipment? How tall? Oh, you're gonna need a fucking city permit for that shit. Like,
What?
I think you could do that.
That sounds like you gotta go back to school.
It was kind of school. What did you? Are you still in the?
Nah.
You're done.
I just said fuck it.
You're just like fuck it.
Yeah, because it was like,
Hey,
yeah,
dude, fuck it. I feel it.
it was just.
What, you almost done?
Yeah, I was like halfway, a little more than half. It was just like I wasn't happy, and then I realized like why I was doing it.
Yeah.
Like obviously,
What
you know-
What was the
what was I going
your
for?
major?
Business admin and marketing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's so like I'm not saying like I regret it or anything. I just feel like there's just so many other like avenues you can go
Yeah.
to.
I mean, maybe it's not for you right now, but honestly, like you're probably gonna go back and finish it, and you do have that option.
Yeah.
Like you're halfway there, and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna take this time to kind of reflect, work some shit out, and then sometime later you just be like, I'll finish some shit.
I got time on my hands.
Actually, I kind of I'm not really in the same boat because all I did was focus on film classes, and those aren't really transferable units.
But look
like-
at you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have a lot of experience in like cameras and stuff, which kind of gave me a slight in to a
Oh, yeah.
doorway. So that's, I mean, that and a lot of luck. Luckily, surrounded by good people that are willing to help me out. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. It's not what you know, too. You know, I mean, I live by that a lot, too.
Yeah, and it's not like I live by like, ooh, I better meet some people so I can like
Yeah.
fucking line my pockets.
Yeah.
Like, no, I just legit need to be surrounded by good people, or else I'm not happy.
Yes.
Like,
Dude.
will not be happy.
Yes.
People ask me like, what do you want to do for work? And I'm like, it's not the want. It's I could do anything. Like, I really feel like I could do anything. It really just matters as long as I'm surrounded by good people.
Yeah, they make
That's
it,
it.
like they make it enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been missing, like working where I work now.
I feel like that's being an adult.
Yeah,
Being in a job where it's not fun anymore.
yeah, kind of.
Fuck.
It makes you think about our parents who's been wearing their jobs for like 20, 30 years.
Oh, my
Bruh.
gosh. Yeah.
That was that decade though.
My dad just retired and
Same job since day one.
Since, day one. So,
What? How many
Jeez.
years was that?
I mean, it's got to be over
40.
30. Yeah.
Close to 40. My dad's supposed to be retiring soon, but I don't
He's
know.
not retired yet.
There's
I
a
thought
part-
he was.
He's one of those like I feel like, what's up, pops? Yeah, I'm talking shit.
Your parents are hella cute, by the way.
Thanks. I don't know why, but yeah,
They're so
I think so. They got it from me. No, my dad, I feel like he's worked for so long in the same company. They really rely on him, like to the point where he does work overtime without pay. And I'm like, girl, you better treat yourself. And he's like, oh. Like, we'll visit, and he'll be like, oh, I can't do that because I have work. I'm like, when are you ever gonna have diarrhea? just use it, diarrhea. And they'll be like, oh, serious? That's some serious shit. I'm like,
Take a day off.
yeah. I think he did it once. And I was like, isn't this much better than playing golf with your kids? He's like, yeah.
Dude.
But I think work is his personality, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just that generation.
Hard work. Yeah. I mean, what would you buy for like job security?
Yeah.
Like, I think job security would be kind of nice.
Yeah, especially now in the industry that we work in and where we live.
Yeah. This
Good.
is Spency. Yeah. What city are you in?
I'm in San Leandro.
San Leandro.
Yeah.
Nice.
But still, like, I've been working from home. So I know a lot of the jobs, like driving out here, I
Ooh.
would be so annoyed. Like, dude, it took me like an hour to get down here.
You're like, what is this driving shit?
I thought, like, okay, cool.
An hour?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, it's good. I was like, we meet in at 7? Okay, cool. Like, the
Got 30 minutes.
Traffic's died down. Hell no, there was like
It intensifies.
there was like 3 accidents on my way here, and one of them was a 3-car accident.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see any accidents on the way here, but they're mostly all Tesla related. That's right, Teslas. I fucking hate you so much.
Do you really?
I really do.
Mikey has one.
He could be the exception.
No,
'Cause
a lot of them are bad drivers.
I really hate BMWs, but I have a lot of friends that drive them. I'm like, you guys could be the exception. But you guys try to hit me all the time on the bike.
No, dude. Other Tesla drive, a lot of Tesla drivers give other Tesla drivers bad. They are the new Prius drivers. Sorry.
No, they are the new BMW drivers.
No.
Yeah, you don't buy a Prius
You're the
to experience
exception.
luxury.
But you're the exception Prius driver. You know when like everyone got a Prius, they didn't know how to drive. It's kind of like the same thing with the Tesla. And then like even my friend came in the car and was like, "There's 5 cameras on here. Like how do people?" I was like, "Girl, I don't know."
No, you know what it is? You can't get mad at a Prius driver. They're fucking driving a Prius. There's nothing giving about that. They're not trying to be baller. They're just saving gas. People that buy Teslas think they're fucking baller. One, it's not that baller. Everybody fucking has one. Is that rich if everybody's rich?
I mean,
like, no.
yeah.
Like, quit acting like this is the best fucking thing with your big ass TV, your center ass
Your
console.
iPad.
That's probably why they're such bad drivers. They're just like watching Netflix on there. Like, oh shit, like freaking forgot to switch lanes there. But yeah, no, I give them a hard time because there's so many of them.
Yeah, there are. My neighbor.
There's so many.
I had a neighbor who just they just like bought a house in our neighborhood. So like
Okay.
his license plate on his Tesla says post IPO. And so like and almost everyone in
Come
our
on, get a McLaren or something.
Wait, and then I was hella laughing because I was like, "Holy shit! You really put post IPO? Like what a dick." I thought it was like a dick move.
That's some crazy rich Asians fucking bullshit right
He is
there.
Asian,
of course.
actually.
Of
But
course.
like still on a Tesla, come on.
I mean,
put it on something
okay.
else nice. I mean, maybe if it's a Plaid or something, but I doubt it.
like
Yeah. So I asked.
Plaid. That's the dope version of a Tesla.
That's the fastest.
It doesn't
best.
sound like
Was it plaid?
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite color.
Oh, I was like,
Wait, is it really?
I thought it's a pattern.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, one of those. So,
That's
yeah, I asked like my brother and I are like, we have like a inner circle neighbor group that are hella cool. And I was like, y'all see that car that says like post IPO? They're like, yeah, that fool got an X. He couldn't even afford a Y. Or like, or was it which one's the?
I don't even know what the most expensive one
Oh
is.
no! He got a Y, so it's the middle one. The X is the one with like the butterfly doors.
Yeah.
And so they're like, I didn't even notice that, and I walk like my dog all the time, so I'm like outside. And
Yeah.
I was like, how did my brother catch that hella quick?
What happened to people being humble? What happened to people that just like getting shit and just shut the fuck up? Like,
Yeah.
why do you gotta be like, I'm rich?
It's giving like titas in front of
Dude.
like the LV store. Like, take a picture of me in the bag I just bought.
Have you do you have any family members that are in healthcare?
Yeah.
I don't want to be racist. No, we're
practically
Filipino.
cousins.
Yeah. Okay, I just went to one again. I used to go all the time when my mom was a nurse and working. I thought we were going to family parties, but no, they were work parties. I thought we were related, but no, they were work friends. But everybody was my tita, my tito, my fucking cousin, whatever. I'm like, how many grandmas do I got? Like
lot.
a fucking shitload of old Lolas. Anyway, I went to one. But it wasn't like an older person's friend. It was Ari's coworkers.
What?
We are the titas and the titos now
No. Oh, yeah, we are. We are.
that throw the parties, the fucking karaoke, the food. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, it's full circle now.
It is.
Like, I'm not the kid. I'm the uncle who's giving the kids, Smirnoff Ices. My first drink was at one of these parties, by the way. Yeah.
Hey.
He used to sneak us like, you want a drink? I'm like, sure. And he'd give us Smirnoff Ice. I'm like, that tastes like Sprite.
I'll take another one.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Like everything's the same. I thought it was a generational thing.
No.
But no.
It's our time.
We continue the culture, the cackling.
Yeah,
when
we
somebody
hella
says
loud.
a joke, holy shit. It's the same. Except instead of mahjong, like, as the activity or like showing off like somebody's car, they were like showing off their home gym. I was like, this is nice. You got a Smith machine and a bench.
Wow.
I'm like, wow.
Range.
And then the wife's like, that's nothing. Go check out my pole.
Pole, like stripper pole. Wow, I love that for her. Work
I
on
know.
your abs, girl.
I know.
Work on your abs.
I was like, damn. And I was like, I don't know how to react to this because I wasn't prepared for it.
Wait,
but-
sorry. This is your mom?
No.
Oh no,
this
no.
is Ari's friends.
So, Ari, you went to Ari's house and she was like, "Hey, let's go to my coworkers."
Yeah, we were supposed to go camping, but then it rained out. So we're like, oh, let's just do stuff around you.
Actually, I saw her story. I thought she threw that party.
No. No.
It really
But
was.
yo.
It's giving Tita.
It was like, shit. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
coming back. But
We
it's
are
up to
that.
us
Yeah.
to do it.
We really are that generation because like right now we're hella into karaoke and shit.
I've been in the karaoke,
And-
unfortunately.
So all the shit that like my brother used to tell me, we're like 6 years apart, by the way. So
Uh-huh.
for like context, there used to be hella shit. He'd be like, "Oh, wait till you get older. Like the hangovers are gonna suck." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm fine." Like I would go out.
Forever young bitch.
Yeah, I was like, I go out the next day. I go to the gym, and, like didn't have to eat whatever. And then now it's like it's like literally like 2 to 3 business days of like trying to recover.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then now, like with the karaoke, like we have standards to karaoke bars. Yeah.
What? Really?
We
do you,
have a
do you do the
standard.
private rooms?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
the
really?
only way. What you mean? What you mean?
I don't know that many people to fill up that room.
Oh. No, you don't need a big room. There's like ones for like 3, 4.
Oh,
like-
really?
yeah, they're small ass.
Damn.
Dude, there's
Oh.
one in Fremont. Y'all trying to go one time? We should
Okay.
go. We should round up the troops. It's been a minute.
All the friends.
Yes.
The friends.
Haha.
The friends.
Justin, y'all need a babysitter.
I think they do get babysitters from time to time. Like their family comes up here, legit.
Oh, okay.
I think they're retired.
They are?
Yeah, speaking of retired. Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out to the Aconces.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
Halo.
My favorite night out karaoke was
Oh man.
Bow Bow,
Yeah.
the one in the city.
That was
Chinatown.
really fun.
I
It's,
haven't been to that
it's
one.
legit the size of like my kitchen. Like
Yeah.
if you were to put a wall here
Mm-hmm.
and from there to there, maybe a little bit longer, it's like it's the bar, it's a hallway, and then at the end, right in front of the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
there's like a little place where you're like, this looks like they could do karaoke here. And she, I swear to God, she heard me say karaoke. She goes, "Do you want to sing?" And I was like, it was literally just us and one other guy on a Sunday. What? Yeah, and then no, the time we
shout
went was
out
Saturday.
Jake episode 2. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Jake, episode 2. I was like, wait, Jake.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it
He's
was
pulling
like
up timestamps.
I know. It was like 2 hours and what was I saying? Oh yeah, and it was just like really small, but like it's so public.
Yeah.
And the most of the versions that they have are like the Asian versions of things. So they have like, I told the lady, her name's Jenny. Shout out Jenny.
Shout out Jen for sure.
She's like, "You want to sing?" I was like, "Only if you sing first." And she's like, she opens the book, no hesitation.
She's like, my
And she's like-
usual.
Then she closes the book and she goes, "What do you want me to sing?"
Oh.
I'm like, Celine Dion.
Oh my God,
My
I
heart will go on.
Stop. I literally was saying that in my head.
bro. When I tell you that she didn't even look at the book, she just turned with the remote and started punching in numbers. It was a go-to for her. Like she knew the numbers to put Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
She's been waiting for this moment.
I was like, oh shit, she's gonna do it. But when I heard it, it was like, it's a little flat. It's a little like
It's
on a
not
lower
giving.
register. No, it was, but it was just like it wasn't.
Oh, the
My Heart Will
tone.
Go On performed by Celine Dion. It was My Heart Will Go On performed by like Chinese superstar lady. And I was like, this is
It's
even
like
better.
the elevator version.
Yes, the 99 Ranch
Yeah.
version. I love the music in 99 Ranches, by the way.
Yeah. I'm turning into the meat department right now. I'm
Oh
going
my
to pick
God.
up my fish.
That smell.
Yes.
I don't know what that smell is. I think it's wet.
The moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
humid.
I haven't been. I don't go to an Asian store or continental store as much as like I used to before.
Excuse me?
Or
Continental.
Isn't continental? I don't know. Isn't that what they call it in like in Safeway? The little section, the one section we have.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Continental.
Or some. I
don't
think
like
I
that.
might be.
Just give us Oriental. Just give that back.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
take
It
it.
is Oriental.
Yeah.
Might be. Yeah, and so I've been trying to force myself to like go to the Asian store a lot more because I've been cooking. But
And
I
it's
used
cheaper.
it. Yeah, sometimes, man.
Sometimes?
This Asian store has like the freaking $20 grapes. You never seen those?
Oh, the candy ones?
Cotton candy, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not cotton candy. They're
Grapes?
like yeah, they're like
You eat fruit? That shit's expensive.
yeah, you know.
I seen a video that was like, how many times, a day do you eat fruit? It was like, a day.
I've been having a hard time, so I've been like, I bought the drink, this green juice from Trader Joe's. So I'm like, I'm trying.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, I do need more fruits. I eat veggies. Fruits are just for rich people. I just I eat it when it's there. I'm like, ooh,
If it's cut up for you.
fucking, they're serving this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, at work, they give us lunches, but I'm sorry.
How's the food? Oh.
You know how Google was like, yeah, here's some food, but it's like the healthy version of what you think you know.
But it was also like mass produced. It had no seasoning in it.
Yes.
Because they had to be like conscious.
Yes. So this one, Facebook is not conscious.
I love that.
They're just like, no, eat it. Here's the calories. It's a lot, but like, it's good. It's like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're around for lunch before May, come through. I can get you in as a guest.
Nice. Wait, why before May? Are you contracted?
Contract.
Aw.
Mm-hmm. I'll be happily hireable in May. Actually, I'll be taking a short break.
Do you think they'll extend you or like offer you?
Oh no, I'm max extended. Yeah, and for my role, they're not. I'm like a test engineer. They don't typically do full time for that.
Wow, look at this guy who went to school for film and now he's a test engineer.
Or like, what am I doing here half the time?
He's like, I'm faking it till I make it.
People, I'll like divulge that information later, and I'll tell them like, yeah, I didn't go to school for this. They're like, what? Like, what'd you do? What'd you go to school for? I'm like, what school? No, I'll just tell them like, no, I just like worked in the film industry for like 10 years, and they're like, what? They're like, how'd you learn all this? I'm like,
I mean, kinda
working
goes hand in
here.
hand,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like the other side of the coin. Like I was at one point using a lot of cameras and using a lot of lights. Now I'm kind of like testing cameras and like kind of, doing that stuff.
I feel it.
It's very boring, but it's interesting a little bit. It's a little bit interesting. I found some interesting things in it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I like consistency. When I find inconsistencies, it's like, but why? We must find out. Yeah, it's very nerdy.
I feel like it's a very like hearing what you do now is so crazy and like I'm really proud of you because of like where we were before.
I mean, what do you dude? Okay, I do have to thank you, by the way, because when I first started my tech career, you were kind of like the person that showed me everything without judgment, and I was really like nervous because moving up here and like, oh, it's Google, oh my god, tech, and yeah, you just like made it super easy and non-threatening. And I was like, oh. Cool. Dead ass.
Aw, thanks.
I think the first time I met you had braids too.
Really?
You had like cornrows or some shit.
Are you sure?
You were much darker and you had cornrows.
I don't think
you must have just like came from
No,
vacation.
I did not.
There was something going on.
I did not.
Maybe you had just like really tight braids.
I don't think I wore braids like that to work yet. I started doing my hair like that like during the pandemic.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I swear.
My first impression was like, oh, she's black. Then because I kind of like took everybody in all at once, so I didn't really look closely at people. But yeah, no, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna work with you and Kyle, and yeah, you taught me all the kind of email banter.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, what? He said that in the email? He goes, he's tripping. I was like, what? He just said this. He goes, yeah, but this really means that. And I'm pretty sure I learned as per my last email from you.
It's like, bitch, do you not read?
Yeah, those are so good. But yeah, that was fun.
It was. I really like miss that time just because like working from home is fun. It's great, you know. But like just the camaraderie.
There's
like,
a different energy.
Yeah, and I thought, I was thinking too, it's like it's really cool how we're all still like talking and connected. Like we still try like hang out and
try
stuff.
to.
Yeah.
If you're not, I'm surprised it's Friday, right?
I don't. I'm a new person.
Usually like it's Orange Theory time right now.
No, that's only Mondays, Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
You still doing it?
Yeah.
Do you do those? What is that? What is Orange Theory?
It is pretty much like a HIIT workout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was always like cycling. I don't know why.
Oh, I did that during the pandemic. But it got boring.
Yeah. Did you do those push-ups on the bicycle? Like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because we had a Peloton.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't been on it. It's just sitting there now.
It's like your parents' latest workout equipment.
We're
It's
just
like, why'd you guys get a treadmill? Why'd you guys get a bike? Why'd you guys get a...
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been on it, but I realized too, like as we got older, it's like it's so much harder to stay consistent and active.
Yeah.
And this has been the most like doing Orange Theory has been the most consistent and active I've ever been.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I was like, dude, this shit is like it's low key like expensive. It's like $140 a month. Yeah. Hey man, there's people who pay for Equinox and shit, but
Is Equinox still baller? I feel like there's more baller gyms out there now.
there is another one. I think it's like Fit Life or Lifetime or something like that. It's around the same price.
No, that's good. I mean, the way I see it, I used to think, oh shit, gyms, I used to pay like $10.
Exactly, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's cheap. It's awesome. But like you go to that gym and you just feel like garbage.
Exactly. Or it's like you're like a bunch, like I feel like
There's shitload of people.
there's shitload of people and maybe we're just becoming like old now but I get annoyed easily. And I'm like, you're not going to say, excuse me. You're not going to put your shit back. You don't know you stink.
Damn.
Like,
oh, you just gonna take the 20s, the 25s, and the 30s? God damn. Like that's my range.
like, okay. It just made it really hard to like go into those type of gyms. Like,
yeah.
So going to Orange Theory, like I became hella cool with the coach. He's so cool. His name's Mikey. Shout out to Mikey.
Another Mikey.
But he's Bakla.
Oh, bading.
Yeah, but
Is that a good way to say it?
what?
Is that derogatory in Tagalog? Bading?
No.
Okay.
I feel like
I'm not trying to be.
I don't think so. But I also feel like our culture like really like supports them.
We were woke before anybody else.
Exactly.
Like there were gay people on TV and it was like, yeah, that's gay.
Yeah.
Tight.
We did not judge. We're like, we accept you.
Yeah. I remember that one I don't even know if it's a guy or a girl. I don't even know their identity.
Them. That's okay.
Is it Vice Ganda?
It's the older one. Like she's like she's like really OG now. I'm pretty sure guy girl.
Like she looked like
born male, feminine, probably female now. It's probably a she.
oh.
It's like our RuPaul.
Yeah, there's only one I can think of, but I don't know if they're.
I don't remember
I feel
the
like
name.
in our culture, and when it comes to like LGBTQ plus, I think I might be missing letters. There's more now.
LMNOP.
I feel like it's kind of harder to tell like where they are. Like there's gay, and then there's like trans, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of data on that myself, like personal, like,
You're still collecting it.
I mean, I don't know if the data presents itself to
Yeah.
me.
I think queer is a good catch-all. I mean, could mean anything. So it's
Queer
whatever
is
you
like, want. I heard this somewhere. They said queer is like you're questioning actively, right? Like maybe. It's like I'm queer.
I never really knew like.
I think
the
gay is the
definition.
catch-all. Gay used to be male gay. Then there was like, oh no, we're lesbian. But like, I think gay is the catch-all.
So, But then, okay, if you're saying that's queer, then what about Queer Eye for the straight that show? Yeah. So are they like in the middle?
Questioning Eye. No, I think that's just like an old word. See, that was an old show. Then they just like revamped it. But I don't know. What would you call that show? I love that show.
I've never watched.
What?
I saw like snippets, but I never was like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my cousins even got into like RuPaul.
The second Queer Eye.
I never got into it. Sorry. I'm making my homework. I'll put it on my to-do list. Don't shame me.
Dude, watch Queer Eye. Okay. What were you doing in the pandemic?
Well,
not crying apparently, because that show they'll jerk your tears off.
I'm gonna text it to you as a reminder to myself.
As a reminder, yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, Queer Eye. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's better than the first.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna get canceled. Just kidding. But yeah. Speaking of shows,
Saltburn. It's not a show; it's a movie.
I hear about that.
I
heard something weird.
I haven't seen it, but I know what happens. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So like how I stumbled upon it was because
I don't like the name and then the insinuation of what happens.
Okay, I heard when I saw the name, I'm like Saltburn. I'm like, oh, are they like, when those like salt, you put salt on yourself like in science class, and you're like trying to see like when it hurts and shit. So
I just seen that on Fight Club.
So I'm thinking it had, I was thinking like that, like, oh, it's a fighting whatever.
Yeah.
And then I like saw Reddit.
It's about dick, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not no.
I mean, that's the surprise.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like, if I understood correctly, because apparently, like all the underlining and deep rooted shit. Homeboy was like been.
Wait, for those of you watching,
sorry,
if you haven't seen Saltburn, there's spoilers coming up. Continue.
Oh shit. Well, okay. The overall story is about like they're like plotting on the rich and being like, you're not. I feel like I'm gonna butcher this. Actually, never mind.
No, we're there. We're halfway there. Let's do it. They're plotting on the rich.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be something about like privilege, like how they live and how easy things are for them. And there's this guy who comes from like a hard life or whatever. But then I guess he starts like feeling homeboy, the rich guy, who is, if you ever watched what's the one with Rue? Euphoria.
I didn't watch that.
He's Maddie's dude. I forgot his name.
Yes, that tall football star or whatever guy.
And like I think he was a perfect like dude for that role. You know how sometimes you see guys or like not guys, sorry, like actors, actresses, and you're like you can't get them. It's hard to see them outside of like the bad, like the like the evil character.
They did such a good job being an asshole.
Yes.
Like they're forever asshole.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the asshole?
Yeah, like kind of, like you can tell he's trying to be like, he got a little playboy to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kyle over there. Just kidding. Okay, Saltburn it is.
Well, I mean, yeah. I saw a...
You saw it?
No, I didn't see it, but I saw something on Instagram, and it was somebody was making a cocktail that was just like, it was coconut syrup. It was like rum, and it was like the rim was lined with like coconut syrup, and like you have to see the visual, and then you're like, yeah, curiosity killed the cat on that one. I had to figure out what they're doing.
The way I found out about it was I got okay. Social media got me because I'm scrolling and like I've seen like these stupid articles on Facebook talking about like, oh, why Joe Koy didn't do so great on the Golden Globes, and I'm like, did he not do so great? I don't know. And then I'll see another article saying like, oh, Joe Koy, blah blah blah, Golden Globes, and I'm like,
hey, okay, what the fuck? Shout out to our people,
man. I'm not gonna lie, I like Joe Koy just a little bit. I don't like him any more than I used to.
What?
And it's because of this, and I'm sorry, but I will say it. Joe Koy has been around for forever, and I've known him for forever, like Mad TV days, like when he was doing all that. But did anybody know he was Filipino back then? No. Did he ever mention that he was Filipino back then? I'm going to say no.
Was he on Mad TV before?
He's been so Joe Koy forever, but it's this Filipino pride thing only happened very recently. And I'm wondering why.
Really?
One, why? Also, like, it feels a little bit like he's jumping on a wagon of like Filipino fame. Like, thanks, Manny Pacquiao. Thanks, Miss Universe. Like, nobody would fucking know what a Filipino was if not for them.
Yeah.
And then Joe Koy is just like, oh, by the way, I'm Filipino. And I do Filipino comedy. It's like, never did that before.
Okay, so
why don't you do that before then?
Well, how I discovered him was like his first
special.
Yeah.
As everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know he was like on Mad TV, but I have this thing where if I am a fan of somebody, like I become a stalker and I go down the rabbit hole.
And you never saw this old stuff?
No, but I knew he was like friends with like Tiffany Haddish, and I watch interviews. Like I like to watch people's interviews.
Yeah. I mean, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why weren't you Filipino before, you know?
Oh, wow. But I like how, like, you know, he tries.
Yeah. He's just like a nervous Filipino uncle.
Yeah.
So I did, yeah.
But the thing about him, though, is like he really does push more of like his like Filipino side than his other side, which also makes sense.
All of a sudden.
Like, well, he's also like raised mostly by his mom.
Allegedly. I only found out about now because of his special and whatnot. It gained so much traction.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought, like, that's cool that he's talking about it, but like, that's all he talks about now. It's like this thing.
Yeah.
Now you're like, you probably see that there's a shitload of Filipinos on an island, and it's just like, that's my thing now.
This is my people.
These are this is my crowd.
I
knew him as a comedian before the Filipino comedian. That's why I'm like, well, he was okay then.
Yeah.
But now he just kind of has his audience.
I feel it. Do you know another Filipino comedian? I think his like name was like Rex Navarrete.
Dude, that's the OG.
Yeah.
He's the OG fucking.
Yeah.
I used to listen to him on freaking Winamp. Winamp.
Wow.
You remember Winamp?
No, I think
we fucking had this CD burned from somebody's house. Like, that's how I found out about it. It was on somebody else's Winamp. You remember Windows? It was like a, I don't know,
like a Windows player.
Like a but like a very customizable one. You can get skins. You can get like all these cool things, and people be like, check this out. You ever heard of Rex Navarrete? You're at somebody's house, and then they play it. I'm like, oh shit, this is fucking funny. But I never knew what he looked like. But he'd always describe himself as, like you said, husky boy. And yeah, that shit was funny. I wonder if I listened to it now, would I still think it's funny?
So the thing is with him, like that was my intro to like Filipino comedian, and I thought like, oh shit, he's hella funny.
Yeah.
But his jokes, like it definitely like got old, and I think that's why I liked Joe Koy, because he like visits or tries to dabble in different. You know, he even try to do like the movie Easter Sunday.
Okay, I didn't watch that, but I did hear about it. Is it good? What were you giving it out of 5?
Like, I would give it like
we could do decimals
3.5.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, like because I see what they were trying to do with it, and it was funny, but it was definitely, yeah. I just remember I was like,
why do they call it Easter Sunday?
Because it's a play on our freaking like our religion.
Oh, Easter Sunday.
Yeah, it's about like the drama of like the titas, like, you know, the two titas who are the sisters who are fighting, and like no one wants to go to each other's house, and it's like a list competition and shit.
Was it too poignant? Was it too like, this is only for Filipinos? Or do you think a non-Filipino, like if Kyle would have watched Easter Sunday, like if I said, hey Kyle, come over to my house, it's movie night, baby. And he's like, what are we watching? I'm like, we're watching Easter Sunday. Oh, never heard of it. We put it on. Would he hate me if I put it on? Would he be like, this is some fucked up shit?
No,
like,
he wouldn't hate you. No.
Right.
I think it'd just be like, oh, like this is where y'all's culture is.
Okay.
This is what y'all normalize.
Hey Kyle, by the way, it's movie night. Come over. No, I'll watch it. Yeah. Out of sheer curiosity, I have to watch certain things, even to like hate watch.
Yeah.
So I watched his Golden Globe speech, or, you know, intro.
How
and
was
I didn't
it?
think it was that bad. I was like, fuck, I just got clickbaited. This is not that bad. But I will say that he was kind of like he said, like, he's like happy to be here. He just kept naming off people, and he kept, you know, blaming his joke writers allegedly. But I think that was just a bit. I don't know. It didn't stick. No. It wasn't a very good bit. Some of the jokes that he was apologizing for weren't even that bad.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, own the jokes.
Well, the thing was too,
even if they're bad, own the bad ones.
There was, he found out about it like 10 days before. So there's speculation that the person who was for it originally dropped out, and that like the whole him of like taking back the jokes or apologizing for the jokes is because the producers or whatever like tried to really limit the jokes he could hit on.
That's his fucking shit.
Well, but then like it goes back to like how a lot of comedians don't want to be hosts anymore.
Yeah, like I mean Ricky Gervais for a while.
Kevin Hart.
He just said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna say whatever I want." Mm-hmm. He just said it. Like, who cares? He didn't apologize.
I think too, it's like it's just different now. Like the cancel culture shit is real, and it really does like fuck with their paper.
I guess. Yeah. See, that's where I'm like, I kind of like am harder on Joe Koy because he is trying to like appease. I feel like he's trying to make everybody happy. But like, if you're apologizing, like, dude, own up to the, like you took the job. Yeah. Own the job. Own the jokes that the job comes with. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't got to tell people like, oh, I didn't write these jokes, by the way.
That's an interesting.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, who gives a shit?
That is an interesting.
That's like Drake apologizing for lyrics.
It's like, I'm sorry, I said this about you.
It's like, by the way, I didn't write these lyrics. It's like, we know. It's like, who fucking cares? Shut the fuck up and perform.
So another podcast that I listened to, they were talking about that, and their view on him apologizing for jokes was like opposite to yours because
really,
because of what they also work in like the music industry and like the entertainment industry, so like they had additional background to how like the back end stuff works, and so they were just saying that it made sense to why he did said and like he just pretty much played it safe on purpose.
Yeah, I think if he, I want to say, if Joe Koy watches what he did, he'd be like, "Fuck, why did I do that? I was nervous." I think he was nervous. Like it was a lot of nervous energy. That's what, at least when I watched it, I was like, "Damn." Kind of makes me uncomfortable that he's so like, you know, like fidgety. I was like, "Damn, he's not owning that stage."
Like he should have a shot or two.
Yeah, like it really felt like he didn't feel like he belonged there, and that they asked him to be there to be funny, and maybe to him the jokes weren't funny, so he's like, "Sorry, I'm like letting everybody down." And I'm like, "No, man, like don't do that. Just fucking do it."
Yeah,
you know, I don't know. I feel like Filipinos, we're like as a culture, we're very like
submissive.
We could either be very submissive or very like the other way. And
Matapang.
Like fuck, like. I don't like those kind of Filipinos, but, you know, if you could find a good balance between being nice, but also, like, standing your ground, like, do that.
Yes.
Don't always have to be like, oh, sorry, everybody, like, my bad. Like,
yeah. It's funny you mentioned that. I feel like I have
a lot of cousins like that. Shout out to my cousins that are like that. I'm not going to say who, but you know who you are.
Wink, wink.
It's like, you don't have to listen to everything your fucking parents say.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
grow a little. Like, go out. Like, we're going out tonight. I'm going to get you drunk. Doesn't matter what your mom says, because my tita says, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, blame it on me.
Honestly, like when me and my cousin started doing, we just do shit on our own. We don't even like, before when we grew up, like we would see each other once a week because like all the aunties and uncles wanted to get together. Yeah. Then there's just so many of us.
There are so many of you.
Yeah, like my mom has 9 siblings.
Holy
and
shit.
Then they did some things just so, you know, when people try to come to America, they adopted their family members. Okay. So they like, well, they all had the same last name.
Hustle.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah. And so there's just hell of us. So it obviously it got harder for us to like hang out. So now like me and my cousins do our own things. And then when we go to these family parties, we're like, holy shit, this is a lot. Like
That's kind of cool though. I didn't like my family is the very sparse and like spread out. Mm-hmm. So I don't have a lot of family in one area. Most of the family that I do enjoy hanging out with, they were in the Philippines, and then some of them are in like Dubai. I'm like,
what?
That's cool.
You should go.
I know. I probably will. What's up, cousins in Dubai?
Because you're still like a chain or something like that.
Right. But anytime they visited here or me, I always made it a point to like kind of corrupt them.
I hate you.
I'm like, we're going out. Or, like, we're doing stuff. What do you do now? How old are you? And then like, okay, it's time. Yeah, like my recent cousin, like it was his first time being at a bar.
What?
Like, you have a kid.
I was just about to say how old
I
is
know.
he?
I was like, wait, what are you talking about? He's like, you've never had an old fashioned? I was like, oh man, my privilege is showing.
He's like, you got a red horse.
Yeah, I'm all of a sudden I'm like you haven't done this? Like, man. So yeah, we didn't get too drunk, but I like showing people like this is, this could be you, but you're playing. Like,
Man.
yeah. Not to say that I'm doing like the most extravagant things, but like, come on, go to a bar. Sometimes. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I feel it.
Yeah.
But going back to the whole like being Filipino and like the submissive, like either you're Matapang or you're submissive. I had this like realization recently how a lot of my upbringing a lot of my upbringing correlates to like my work ethic.
Oh yeah.
And I had to unlearn.
You say upbringing, but it's trauma. Sorry.
Yes, like.
Oh, by the way, for the non-Filipino viewers, what's matapang, Faith?
Thank you.
It's like one of those like words where it's like you
know it when you hear it.
No,
but
it's like if you say it in English, it doesn't do it justice.
Okay.
Like matapang. I want to say it's kind of like it's strong, but it's not like this kind of strong. It's more like personality,
like
but
taking the lead,
like
taking the
sticking your
control.
ass.
like you kind of have, how would you describe it? Like an attitude.
Like you're stiff.
Yeah. Stuck
I
up.
hear it as
stuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuck up.
Stuck
You're right.
up.
You're right.
There it is. Yeah, matapang.
Yeah.
I've only heard it described in food. Like, ang matapang yung meat.
Oh, like bitter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
is it? Or strong? I don't know. Would that be the same?
I don't know. We're going to hear it in the comment section. Just kidding. What
It's
comment
just, there's
section?
words like that. Like, like you can't explain in English. Like,
It would
pug,
just
pug.
wouldn't. What?
Like, pug, pug. Like,
Pug, pug.
go, pug, you're right.
Yeah, pug that.
Like-
Hoy, pug your towel.
Like, what is that? What's the English word?
It's like dust it.
It's like, but you're not dusting it with like a duster.
So
You're
essentially,
literally like,
if you had like hair on a blanket or a towel, you just go. Oh.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
kind of whip it out. I don't know.
What do you call this?
Rain it out.
Yeah, what do you call that?
but isn't it ringing like?
Yeah.
This is ringing.
Yeah, like-
what is? See, we have a
Your
word
ass.
for that. It's pug.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
But
I like that one.
yes, going back to the trauma thing,
The
just
trauma.
like
What's
I
your
also
trauma?
try to. There's a lot. I actually went to therapy last year.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
and then realized that a lot of why.
Individual or with?
Yeah, by myself.
Okay.
I realized like a lot of my work ethic and why I have this like overachieving like approach to it is because how I grew up, like coming from a single like mom, low income household,
Yep.
like I didn't have a lot of control in my life. And so things that I could control was like school, getting like how good I did in school, getting into college, getting into seeing what job I would get next. And then even in work, like I made it a thing to like, I need to be like the top performer. I need to like, and then I realized burnout.
Your calendar was like, should I be doing that? Like, it really made me like second guess everything. And like, you're so organized. You had like freaking days of the week written in different colors, almost I want to say different fonts. Like, I was just like, dang, like she knows what she's doing. Like,
Yeah.
Like overachiever is spot on. Like, I wouldn't say overachiever. You were freaking motivated.
Yeah.
You were there to get it. Like, whatever's
Yeah.
she's having, I will never get that because, yeah, I couldn't outget your getting.
Yeah. So I just realized like it came from that. Like I didn't have control of my life. So I thought like, and the things that our parents tell us, right? You go to school, you go to college, you'll have a better life than we did.
Yes.
And so I think that's why even when I decided I wasn't going to get my degree anymore, I had a hard time because it took me so long, like, to even try to finish. And I really had to think about, like, why am I doing it? Am I doing it
Yeah.
for me? Am I doing it for other people? like, what was the goal? And I was like, the goal was to like get a good job, which I have, like, I look at my like career history and I'm like, holy shit, I did all that shit without a degree. And then like, and I feel like too, part of like our upbringing, like where they weren't affectionate, they never really praised you. Well, I feel like that's how I was. Yeah, like
you tell me yours and I'll tell you mine after this. It's kind of funny.
I think that's like with some of my family members too, like my cousin, she one of my cousins, she just she's, I don't want to rat her out, but she doing a lot.
You think she watches this? She'll watch this?
So she...
Shout out to your cousin.
Shout out to my cousin. I love you, bitch. She just started doing things for herself, right? Like experiencing things like Molly.
Oh.
Yeah, those type of things. Cut this out.
Cut candy.
Yeah, candy.
She's just started having candy.
She just started having Smarties.
Nice.
Yeah, and...
Nice. And how old are they? Are they on the...
She's like maybe, I want to say 2 or 3 years younger than me. And I'm 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So...
Dang! Congratulations on being an adult.
Thank you. Cheers.
Welcome to being tired.
Yeah. Honestly, that's why we were like, oh, you're not busy. I'm like, dude, I love staying at home. Like, it's different now. I'm a homebody.
Isn't it the best?
I love it.
Best.
Dude,
Yeah.
Honestly, that's why with karaoke, if I'm down to hang, y'all want to hang at somebody's house, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'd rather we hang at somebody's
Bring back the house parties.
That's
what I'm saying.
It's too cold. My joints start to hurt. You know, why do you think I got this long ass coat for?
But the second Julie comes back into town,
Yes.
though, you know what I'm saying? We got to all
I
go to
miss
San
you.
Jose and do that sushi, start at the sushi bar.
Oh.
Yeah, Julie's B-Day chat.
And then
Also, shout out Julie,
party
episode
at-
1.
Yeah.
Aw.
Episode 1.
Hi,
Technically,
Julie.
yeah.
Miss you.
Still
She
hate-
living her dream.
still
She
hate you
living
over
her
there.
best life.
You see what she said? She's like, you guys can visit me or use my couch and
Oh,
hang out with
actually,
me. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we're planning
You're
to
going,
go
right?
in like June or July, one of those.
I was about to go in March, but then I thought, oh, that's too much traveling. 'Cause
I mean, you could just work. Oh, can you work from home? No, you have to be in office.
I work in a lab.
Oh,
I wish I could bring my lab.
he said I'm in the lab.
I don't wear a lab coat. It's not that kind of lab.
I'm in the lab.
Well, it's not that kind of I work in a lab. It's like, yeah, no, I'm actually going to Spain. I know.
With
You've
who?
been?
With what? No.
I'm going
I'm
to
going to Japan for the first time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Arigato.
Thank you.
Arashamazai.
I don't know what the hell you saying.
They say it every time you like go
Oh,
to
when
this,
you go inside,
yeah,
right?
restaurant. Like the host will say it, Arashamazai, and then everybody's like, Arashamazai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I be mumbling it, but I just don't know if I say it right or not.
And then you do the nod to everybody, like, thank you for Arashamazai me.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
I know. Come by
When are you going?
March. Cherry blossom.
March. Oh,
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Last night we just got our tickets to like Japan Super, or was it Universal Studios? And
Oh.
apparently, like Mikey was saying, it's like the second busiest amusement park like in the world or some shit. The first being maybe Disney Paris.
Jeez.
Yeah, these tickets were like getting Coachella or EDC tickets. I shit you not. Like we went on 10 o'clock and
Activated all the bots.
dude, no, like it made me appreciate. I know we talk shit about like when we go on Ticketmaster when we buy EDC or Coachella tickets, like, oh, like this Q shit is stupid. Like, I'll give us this that like we do that well. Like we know how to like control.
America?
Yeah, like
Okay.
because
Like,
even
who's we?
looking through like their websites, I've been using like Chrome a lot because it like translates it. Like just the build of it, you can tell like, oh,
It's like, what the fuck is this doing
yeah,
here?
like
Where's the button for
hey,
that?
your FAQ don't even have my question about refunds.
Hmm.
I had to go on a Reddit page.
Our customer service is unmatched.
I don't know. A lot of it's going overseas now.
Well, no, I mean like our thoughtfulness of like
Yeah, you're right.
who
You're
is
right.
the customer.
Yeah.
Like I remember going to Europe and just looking like at the roads or like steps, and I'm like, where are the ramps? There are no ramps.
They're not. What is that term?
If you go to Europe and you're maimed,
yeah,
you're fucking staying on that level.
you're like bye.
Unless you want to crawl up some steps. Like sorry, we
Oh,
don't
they're
have
not
that
like
for you.
wheelchair accessible.
Yeah. No, they don't give a shit.
Wow.
It was like, guess this place isn't for you. Like this
Yeah.
this level is unlocked or is locked for you. Like you can't access it. You don't have the proper equipment, and the city will not do it for you. And I'm like, fuck.
Wow. Meanwhile, over here, like they'll sue your ass,
Oh yeah, yeah.
or not even sue, or you'll get like fined.
Like
Yeah,
if
you can't even build without getting like the approval for
right.
having all the access.
Yeah, it's like, do you have a? And then Karen will come out and just make sure.
Karen and Ken.
It's like, you have a permit for this. Yeah.
But yeah, it was really hard. Like we went right at 10 o'clock. This shit was not out at 10 o'clock because you have to buy like a fast pass to get into Mario World or whatever.
Oh, I thought you meant a fast pass to get into the tickets of buying.
Oh no,
it.
so you buy a ticket for the day, and then there's another one so you don't have to wait in line.
Yeah.
But then in order to go into like Super Mario Land, you also need a ticket for that because they're doing like crowd control. But it was hard. It took us 2 hours to buy it. We were on Discord. Oh, going on Discord, I felt like a fucking tita.
Discord?
Yeah.
Like
What people use when they stream and shit.
yeah.
Or play.
So who are you talking to? Just
Like it was Mikey and our friend group that are. Oh, my brother and them are going to Disneyland
Nice.
or going to Japan too. We convinced 2 of my cousins to come and one of our homegirls to come. So
the whole plane is just you guys.
I can't believe that we like really convinced like,
It's like, all right,
3
guys,
people
we're gonna get on
within
Discord and
Lemon.
just fucking click.
Yeah. So the funny part was
It's a
like,
lot of organization for adults.
yeah,
Good
there's
for
a
you
sheet.
guys.
There's a Google sheet.
Oh, you were always great at that. Yeah.
I was thinking I should start doing it as a side hustle, and then I think,
It's like, you know how people organize like stuff
Closets?
in people's closets or garages?
I think that's my dream job.
You'll-
I'm really good at that.
Really?
Yeah.
Physical organization?
Yes, and I will do it in a way where it's
Can
like,
you Marie Kondo this
Hell
apartment,
the fuck
please?
yeah.
Oh my god.
dude,
Yeah,
yes.
please. I've actually been working on that like since before the new year. I'm
Yeah.
like, I just gotta get rid of some shit. There's too much shit.
My rule is if you haven't used it in a year.
Year?
Yeah. You trying to be like, well, are your parents hoarders?
No.
Okay. Oh man, I feel like we're on 2 different.
Yeah, actually,
Are your parents hoarders?
we need to hear Dave's side of the story. I know we were going earlier,
About what?
like family bring up.
Yeah.
Oh, bring up. Yeah. My bring up was both parents worked. Mm-hmm. I was the classic latchkey kid that I found out later. That's the name of that.
What does that mean?
That means you go to school, you go home, and then you fucking latch and key that door. Don't answer the door. Don't answer the phone. Don't do your homework. Don't watch TV.
Don't
Like,
open the blinds.
I didn't know it was illegal to leave minors at home.
Because they made it, but they said the same shit. I didn't know that's what it was
But
called.
they're like, listen, when you get out of school, you go home. You go home with your brothers, and you do not answer the phone. Do not answer the door. Okay? I'm like, okay. Guess what I did? I fucking answered the phone and I fucking answered the door because it kept ringing, and I'm like, oh, I wonder who it is.
What if it's your parents?
This is before
Caller
cell phones.
ID?
Oh no, caller ID was there, but we weren't rich enough to have it. So that's part of it. So the other part of it was, no video games, no TV during weekdays. It was strict. They were just like, do school, practice the piano, do that. And I don't know, I think just naturally I knew it wasn't right for me. So I was just like low key, slowly not listening.
Yeah.
And if my parents are watching, which they are, we did play video games. We did watch TV when you were at work.
Ooh.
And we turned it off as soon as we heard that garage. We were like, oh shit, the garage. And then like, do your homework. And then we'd be doing our homework. We'd go downstairs and say hi to our parents and like, hi, like kind of like that was the routine. They come home and you kind of like line up legit and just like say hi to your parents. And then you go back and do your homework. And then I don't even know what my parents did because they probably just like were doing stuff. But I kind of struggled with it myself at an early like why are you guys like this? You know, like why can't I go out with my friends and watch movies as a teenager? Like, why can't I get an allowance? Did you ever get an allowance? No. I
Hell
didn't
no.
either.
Oh my hell the fuck no. There was this one time, sorry, I know we've been going on hella tangents,
you're
but
good.
there was this one time, like, okay, obviously, right, middle school. I feel like middle school is around the time like you go out more. right? Like you're not. Well,
I mean, what shit?
well, I mean, like in elementary school, like you're a lot more like your parents pick you up or you have to go home. Where in middle school, like
The options there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, do I listen to my parents and go home?
Shoot, I forgot what was I saying. What were we talking about?
I was talking about allowance.
Oh, allowance. Yeah. So I remember like money was super tight. So even when we would buy food and like snacks in school.
Did your parents tell you that money was tight?
I knew. Like
Really?
I saw it. It was very it was very apparent to me.
Wow.
Like I always lived in like multi-family homes, like one family to each room type shit.
But that wasn't just like the way it was to you, or did you figure that out later?
Yes, I guess both.
Yeah.
Like I guess later on I realized like it wasn't a normal thing for like Americans, but it was a normal thing
Right.
for like immigrant families.
Yes.
So like when I would talk to like other people who went through it, I'm like, oh, it is like normal because
Yeah.
like how often do you and then when you talk to other people, you're like, oh shit, y'all didn't grow up with your cousins like that, like
What?
yeah, like,
Like how many people per house?
Yeah.
How many people per room?
It was crazy. Like I remember one time, dude, like me and my cousin, we shared a twin bed because my mom we were moving, and
Yeah.
so she left me at like my auntie's house Monday through Friday because me and my cousin went to school together. But that was also like the norm too. Like
Yes.
my other cousin had that
Very normal.
where she was a baby, so they would leave her at like our grandma's house Monday through Friday
Yeah.
and then pick her up.
Like when people say it takes a village,
It really does.
it fucking like we're legit like it's a village.
We are the
like-
blueprint of that shit.
Like they literally the village is under your roof.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we moved out here from the Philippines, we were in my uncle's house, 5 people in a room. Yeah.
5
And it was
people.
normal
Yeah.
for me. I also didn't I grew up with not a lot of anything. Like it was I got my brother's stuff because I was a tabachoy. I was a fat kid, like super.
I know you just not
Yeah.
just caught yourself that.
You know what's fucked up? Like my mom recently goes, "Yeah, you were so fat as a kid." I was like, "Yeah, and you were my parent, and you were allowed it. I didn't have choices." Yeah, but you just like to eat. I'm like, I'm a child. I don't have self control.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
And also, you're a kid. You're growing. And
Right.
also, like, once again in our culture, that's normalized as like the whole weight thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, eat some more. Oh, you're so skinny. Oh,
Oh.
eat some more. Oh, you're so taba. And I'm like, which one is it?
Or the other one where it's like, oh, I guess it's not good.
Yeah.
They guilt you into eating.
Oh, you're eating again?
Yeah.
Too much soju.
It's always the opposite. If you show up to Christmas that you haven't seen anybody in a while and you're too skinny, they're like, oh my God, you lost so much weight. Go eat. Go eat. Go, go, go. And then if you come back and you're fat, it goes, oh, no dessert for you. like what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't think anybody does it hurtfully or
They just don't know.
hatefully. It's just the thing that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My realization with that is obviously, right, like it comes back from the Philippines. In the Philippines, if we had to live in multifamily homes here, imagine what it was like back there, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
and their bed was the floor, like type
Right.
shit. And
Running water, what's that?
oh yeah.
Hot water?
No.
What's that?
Oh, the first time I went to the Philippines, I'm like, y'all don't want to know how I was in the first grade.
You know, I said this to Ari and Dale the other day. I said, everybody talk about the tabo, but nobody ever talk about the timba. You know the timba?
Wait, the timba is in like a scale, or
No, the timba is the shit that holds all of the water.
Is that what it's called?
The timba. Yeah.
I didn't know it was called that.
Everybody talks about this,
Yeah.
but nobody talks about the thing that holds all the
Holds-
water you fucking need to shower in that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in the first grade when I went to the Philippines, and I was just thinking like, holy shit, this is hella cold. And how our bathroom was like, it's not like here where you have like a light, whatever. It's like tile, like cement, right? Cement and tile, and like
Yeah.
a little hole
Yeah.
for like a window, and then like the doorway.
It was not even a
And-
room. It was like, this is where you shit, so it's not a good looking room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, the next time we come here, I'm going to pack hot water, jugs of hot water on the plane.
That was like legit one of my experiences in the Philippines when I was also young and I went. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember there was no running water. Mm-hmm. The showers were, you had to tell the yaya.
You had a yaya?
Well, it was like our neighbor yaya.
Oh,
so it was kind of like communal. Like she worked for us, but she just needed a place to stay.
Yeah.
So like we gave her shelter.
Yeah. For exchange.
For she's gonna be our family. She's our family.
Yeah.
Like we're not really paying her.
Yeah.
It's like here's the roof. Anyway, there was like you had to tell her, I'm gonna go shower, so she could like
warm up water.
Wow. Yeah, and then put it in the timba so that it wasn't freezing cold. But where you showered was actually like close to the garage. It was like pretty much outside. Mm-hmm. But like, it's like, they're going to see me naked. And then like, nobody cares that you're naked. When you're a kid, like that's like your fear.
Yeah.
You don't want to be seen naked.
Yeah.
Now you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Like, here's my dick for a second. Like,
you're like, good morning, world.
Yeah. It's just so funny how like that was so like, oh God, if they see me now, it's gonna be the end of the world. Now it's like, I'm sorry about this. Like you're not gonna want to see this, but well. But yeah, no, they didn't have running water, that stuff. And then I remember though, 10 years later, I found out like the thing to do was to send money back to the Philippines, right? Mm-hmm. So that entire time, like a very popular thing is like they'll choose like one family or whichever family wants to go. They'll like pool money together to send them to the States so that they can make money and send it back. Like that's a very popular thing. I don't know if my family did that, but I know my family did send money back like periodically, like regularly.
Yeah.
And when I went back to go visit my family, I was like, oh, where's that old house that we used to be in? Goes, oh no, they sold that house. And they were legit in like a stucco kind of house.
What?
Like kind of like what you see in like a community movies? Here.
Wow.
And I was like, they live here now? And they're like, did they have running water? And they're like, yeah. And they thought that was such a stupid question for me to ask. And I was like, the last time we were here, we had to like shower like this.
Yeah, or like take the tabo and put water down the toilet.
They have this now.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at us.
We made it.
We did it. The people in the Philippines. Yay.
I always think about like, damn, I'm glad I was born here.
I was actually born in the Philippines, but yeah.
I forgot about that. Mikey was born in the Philippines too. And he remembers like he came here when he was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, so I'm kind of similar.
And he says he like remembers like his house flooding when it would rain.
That's a thing.
And I was like, damn, like privilege means like I don't think I would have made it. But that's obviously because of like I grew up here, so I have a different mindset. But I'm sure if I like lived there, like
if it flooded here, we'd be like, I'm gonna fucking call the cops. Like they're gonna like the city council gonna fucking hear about this shit.
You know, property management.
Yeah, they're like, just get sandbags. I don't know. Like it happens every year. What can you do? It's good. The will of God. Blame God.
Yes, they're always like, just spray. Just spray every night. Just spray.
Did you pray?
Did you pray? I'm good. Just spray every night. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But like something, is it like pug ibig or some? I forgot.
Pug
but
ibig.
it's just that there's something like you just gotta believe, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Like that's great. It's like their religion is manifest.
Mm-hmm. The power of positive thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, instead of the body of Christ.
That too. My parents are hardcore Catholic. I didn't know how hardcore until we stopped going to church, and they were like, you have to go back. They're like, you have to go back.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? It's because we put you through Catholic school. We did all this stuff so you can have a good religion. And I'm like, I didn't ask for that.
You know,
I just wanted toys. You didn't give me toys.
It's also like, obviously, like our parents coming here and wanting a better life for us. And like, you know, they want to instill. The thing with that generation is that they want to instill their learnings and their beliefs on us.
Right.
And they don't take into account that like we're our own people and things are different here. And I hate say like one of the things I try to be very careful about saying is like things are different here, because I don't want to sound like I'm not
different here.
I'm not trying to like diss
Not
my
be-
culture or seem like I'm too good, but it's like you did it like reality wasn't factored into your plans.
I don't know if that I've had that same thought that you've had, but after having multiple kids now of my own, I realized one thing. It's that every parent wants to do better than the previous parent.
Yeah.
So experiencing my childhood, it wasn't the worst. Mm-hmm. Obviously, in hindsight and while I was living in, I was like, it could be better. Mm-hmm. But that's being a kid. Mm-hmm. Being a kid is not fully appreciating what you had, or not having the foresight of maybe thinking, well, have you ever thought, what did your parents have? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, okay, if I have the capacity to be their kid, to have my own kids, to see how I grew up, to kind of take that into consideration when I raise my kids, like obviously I'm picking and choosing, like I did like the things that my parents did here, but I don't know if I would do this with them. So I do want to improve.
Yes.
That's the natural order of being a parent. So then I think, well, shit, what did my fucking parents go through? If this is how I grew up and this is what I thought of it. Because honestly, like my kids, like I try to give them everything. I give them video games during the weekdays. I will play video games with you. Like, fucking thought of that. Like, that's great parenting to me, because that's what I would have wanted. But like kids these days, they don't think that's fucking, like the video games you're playing, not cool. Like they're playing like Roblox, man. They're playing like all these weird games. They're like, nobody wants to play Call of Duty. Nobody wants to fucking, play those games. I'm like, you want to play Battlefield? And Riley's like, not really my kind of game.
Or like World of Warcraft.
Right. So I'm just like, what I realize is every time you're a kid.
Oh, yes, please.
I'm good. Every time you're going to be a kid, kids will never appreciate what they have until they have their own kids.
Yeah.
And then they're going to realize, oh, yeah, your nails. They're not as long as before.
These are actually pretty long. These are like 4-week nails now.
I remember when they were long.
Looks like ASMR.
I always wondered how you typed on the keyboards.
It's actually, it helps me, because when I had to like take them off and I had to use my fingertips, it's the noise too. Hearing it makes me type faster.
Really? That's funny. Like yeah, because you type very flat.
I'm like this.
And like,
now I'm like this. Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, no. Like parents, they do the best with what they have in the time that they had it. I think if they could go back, they would change things. But that's what having grandkids is.
Yes.
They fucking spoil the shit out of your kid. For you.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents, they have a problem with their own parents. Like, they'll be like, oh, why do you treat my kid better than me? Like, dude, that's your fucking kid. Like, why are you jealous of your own kid?
Yeah.
Like, grow the fuck up. Like, understand that it's their turn to chill.
Yep.
Like, they fucking parented you.
Like, I keep reminding myself too, like as I work through my shit, is that they did the best they could. And going back to what you said about like, I lost my train of thought, but doing the best that they could, and if they could go back, they would, right? And like giving, and then I keep telling myself like giving them grace and things like that, and obviously learning. Oh, as we get older, right? As kids, like you're not thinking like I need to be grateful, I need to do X, Y, and Z. It's not until like now where I'm able to look back and be like, okay, I know. I always knew from a young age like my mom was doing what she could, because I would see her struggle, and that's what pushed me to want to do good in life. Because I knew like I couldn't depend on her to help me get there financially.
Was your mom born here?
No,
dude. Imagine fucking going to the country,
and then like the whole like
I didn't do shit. Like
the whole like them not knowing like English, like learning English. Like before, there was a time when I was younger, I used to not really like being Filipino because of like where I grew up, and I know. But now like I was like, fuck that shit. Like Filipinos, like we are them. We are her. We are him. Like we are them. Like we are like honest. Like we're known for like our hospitality, and how like even just when our hospitality, our food, right? We're
That's all I
very
care about.
resourceful. We're fucking resourceful as fuck.
Yeah.
You know.
Very tipid, which is good.
Yes.
That means cheap.
Or we know where we can like be cheap or cut corners and shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we're kind of sneaky. We're a sneaky bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Filipinos are really good at like faking it till you make it. On different ends of the spectrum, whether it's like the essentials in life, or if it's like if you try to look like that rich tita like type shit.
In a good and a bad way, faking it till you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, realizing that they did the best that they could.
Yeah.
And like honestly, if they didn't make those mistakes with us, we would have made those mistakes.
Totally.
And then like we wouldn't have the knowledge
And
that we have now.
It's literally our job to do better than them. It was their job to do better than theirs.
Yeah.
And it's just as long as we keep doing better,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
For a really long time, I had the fear I was gonna like make the same mistakes as my mom, or I was gonna become like my mom, and that really like fucked with me for a long time.
I wouldn't say that you would make necessarily the same mistakes. Well, obviously that's a normal fear to like, I don't want to be like I'm pretty sure I said that out loud once. Like, I'm not going to be like my dad when I grow up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
There's like a lot of things that they would say though, like she'd be like, oh, the way you treat me is how your child's gonna treat you. And I remember like, and back then, like you cannot like talking back even if
Oh my
you're
God.
correcting them, like you are disrespectful, even if you're just saying it's Tuesday not Wednesday. Like you're talking back and you're wrong.
You're like, come here.
Yeah.
No. You couldn't disagree and you couldn't talk back. You had to listen. But there was a time where I'm like, enough was enough. Did you ever have that? Like, we're now at an impasse where I can't hold my shit in.
Oh, I left. Mine was when I left for college. Like my mom, this is okay.
Oh,
so
nice. Mine was high school.
I was my mom. So
At least you left.
Well, I'm my mom's only child. This is how like.
Oh, laser focus on you. Like,
yeah. So like, and I think it also doesn't help that like I'm a girl too. So she's like my one and only baby. And I'm like, okay. But I remember she would tell people like, oh yeah, my daughter's going to college and da-da-da-da. She's only going to dorm for a year, that she's moving back home. And I was like, bitch, what? You think I'm going to? Okay. Never went back home.
Dang.
And I felt like too, like our relationship got better when we were
When you're
apart.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the appreciation goes up.
And I think it was just more of like she wanted, realizing a lot of things too with like my mom and her upbringing and shit and just like our culture. Like I think she just really, I don't want to say she was possessive of me like purposely, but I feel like she felt like ownership. Like this
I'm going
is
to give you my theory after.
I'm glad you know where I'm going with
Totally.
this, because I feel like I'm all over the place.
I think I have a good theory.
Yeah, so my thing was like, see, realizing like my mom would be very like, no, you can't go. No, you can't sleep over a friend's house. No, you can't go where your cousin's going. No, you can't go outdoor ed. No, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like there's crazy people in the world, but I also feel like it's because of how her life has been, when she grew up with her siblings, like there's a hierarchy. Like hierarchy is really, I don't know if this is how it is with your parents' siblings, but there's like a hierarchy of like how you listen to people and shit.
Yeah.
And so I think like her having a daughter or having her own family, like even with my dad was the one who like ran shit. Like she was very submissive. And I think when it came to me, she finally had control of her life. And obviously like as children, we're going to become our own parents or our own people. And one of the things, I'm not a parent yet, but when I do become a parent, like I don't want to, and Mikey and I talk about this too, we're not going to push what we want for ourselves on them, because they're going to become their own people. At the end of the day, I just want you to be a good human. I want you to have integrity. Like I don't fuck the bullshit of
So I have the same feeling for my kids. Like I don't want to push anything on them, but I do want to encourage like their creativity, because I didn't have that. Mine was mostly like, yeah, play the piano. But they never asked me if I wanted to play the piano.
Yeah. Do you think
like,
it's because of the church?
No, I don't know. I mean, obviously I appreciate playing the piano now because it kind of fucked with my brain a lot. Like my memory is really good because of it. Like I can like
you read notes,
do
dude.
things. That's one thing. I can read notes and transfer it onto music, but now I can just play it by memory because I've done it so much.
But that's really good.
So like that repetition. It's kind of insane.
I tried doing music before. Like so when Drumline came out.
Oh my god. Nick, you got by Nick Cannon, huh?
You know the
I just remember that.
So like I was like, okay, I want to do this when I go to middle school. I want to do percussion, and I thought like, oh, we can just do like snare. Not realizing, oh no, when you sign up for percussion, you got to do the xylophone, you got to do bass.
Snare is the rock star of the fucking whole thing.
Yeah, and this is a year-long course. Luckily, like my mom like talked to the school, and I was able to drop out like halfway through this like the year. Hell no, I faked it on the trying to read notes. I only knew the snare and the bass because it's literally 2 notes.
Oh shit.
And that I can't.
Yeah, some people it comes natural, but some things you have to just like break through like this. I can't do it, and then just like maybe like something clicks, and then you're like, oh, that's what the fuck that shit was. Dang. But yeah, that's funny. Like, I want to, because you know when like you go to high school and you're just like in high school, and then college comes and they're like, what do you want to do?
You're like, I don't know.
And you're like, I don't know. What are you good at? Like, I don't know. Like, I legit did not know what I was good at as a kid. That's how laser focused of school that my upbringing was. Yeah. Like extracurriculars was not a thing. Like, yeah, I played baseball, but then nobody signed up for baseball one year, and then the following year, so like it just left.
Oh, what?
So I didn't play baseball again. I know. I was really good at baseball.
Wow,
that was like a thing.
You could have made it. We will never know.
So the last time I played baseball before I played with you was when I was a kid, and I still remember all that shit.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, and I'm saying like before 6th grade kid. Like, what the fuck? Like, I could have kept playing, but I didn't. Basketball, Filipino, that's a thing. So
playing your chanellas.
But I stopped growing, so I wasn't like very good.
You're like, I'm missing the height factor.
Yeah, and I can't jump for shit. So I was like, what am I good at? The thing that I did in high school was choir, right? And then I did theater, but I was like, I'm not going to do this for a career. I'm doing it for the ladies.
Hey, that's very Filipino though, choir.
Yeah.
I mean, I
sang
in,
at
the
church.
5th grade.
Yeah, I sang at the church too. But yeah, it was just a thing. But like none of that was transferable skill. Like right now, I'm watching Mio, and this kid is fucking smart. Like,
he's so big.
Yeah, yeah, he's the size of a 5th grader. Might have a brain of a 5th grader too.
Stop.
But like,
how old is he now?
He's 3. Almost 4 in May, but.
Oh my god.
Dude, he's really like his attention span, his attention to detail.
Yeah.
His like, you saw the putting video where he's just like, yeah, it's like a joke, but no, he did that until he made it. Like most kids would like do it and just be like, the fuck, like, you know, like freak out. No, he didn't quit. I'd be like, Mia, do you want help? And he goes, no.
What are they feeding him?
I don't know, but it's like his brain is just really like, yeah, like Kyle said, determined.
He getting hella choline.
Even like these Legos. I didn't have Legos growing up, which is probably why I have Legos.
Oh, that's like my brother.
Yeah.
He loves them.
Shout out to my brother. Thank you for my first Lego set.
Shout out to Kuya.
The Botanicals.
Oh, I was
Dominic,
just staring at that. Yeah.
He got me that for Christmas, and I was like, you know, do you have this where you, like, you know, when people ask you like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? You'll never tell them. Like me, I will never tell you what I actually want for Christmas because I think it's so stupid. Yeah. Like, no, like I'll buy it for myself, or maybe I don't, and because it's that dumb. On my secret Christmas list was possibly Legos, but like you don't want to tell somebody like, I want Legos. Nah. Right? It sounds so stupid. But no, he got me Legos, and I was like, dude, this is tight. So I started building the Legos with Mio. And Mia's like, oh, like, because he has some like kid Legos.
Oh, right? Like the Duplos.
The Duplo.
You gotta-
And yeah, so I just kind of like asked him like, oh, Mio, I need this piece. Can you find this piece for me? And he's like, yeah. So he just like kind of scanning and finds it. I'm like, okay, I need 3 of those. Can you get 3? He's like, okay. So I'm like, I'll help you. So he gets it. I'm like, now he has 2. I'm like, so how many is that? He goes like 1, 2. I'm like, okay, we need 1 more. And he's like, kind of looking. He's having a hard time. And then I'm just like, do you want me to help you? And he's like, no. And I swear, we were there for like maybe a minute is a long time to look for a Lego piece.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you could also use your fingers and move some pieces around to help you. So he started doing this and like scanning for the Legos. And I was like, damn, this guy's like, yeah. So that's the first time I asked him to hunt down for a piece in a pile and get 3. And then it like just got quicker and quicker, faster and faster.
They're sponges, man.
But it's crazy. You can see that his brain is kind of hurting after like, you know, a couple like maybe 30 minutes.
Does he show frustration?
I think he used to.
Yeah.
There was a point in time where, man, if like this wheel didn't go in, he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's his personality as much as it's the hormones.
No, like
and that very tiny body.
Dude, toddler. There's this like saying that's like floating around on like Instagram where it's like, toddlers aren't giving you a hard time; they're having a hard time. Because like homegirl,
I like that.
Yeah, because homegirl, I'll be allergic. She's like my little experiment right now.
Oh
like,
my god, she's so cute. What's her name?
Charlie.
Charlie
Ray.
Shout out Charlie.
Shout out to my
Dude,
homegirl.
you know, in the future, she's gonna watch this and be like, "You guys are talking about me."
I'm
when
like,
I
yeah,
was,
B.
what the fuck?"
Dude. Yeah, I love her. I've been learning a lot with her. It's
she
very
full?
different. Filipino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so mestiza.
Yeah.
Oh my god. When's the last time you heard that shit? Mestiza.
Oh man.
That's like light skin kind
Yeah,
of.
it's like light skin.
It's good to be light skinned when you're this dark.
Or if you're a hapa. So like if you're like half.
That's kind of like cheat codes though.
But then mestiza is technically like it's meant to say you're half like white, half
Yeah.
Filipino.
But like if you really are though, you're cheating. But if you're Filipino and you're mestizo, you're like, damn,
You're
like how?
shit.
Blessed.
Yeah. But homegirl, she be getting like, she'll be like hella tense up, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, girl. And I like they're like sponges. It's so
You just gotta talk to them.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, can we take a breath? And she's like, I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you
Frustration is good though. It's good to feel that way.
But yeah, they're sponges. Like she actually has she helps me put Pudge's like food together. And
That's cute.
like we've been doing it since she was 6 months old, like little things at first. Well, like I would give her the spoon, like, you know, just learning how to hold shit in your hand.
Just
and
like
then
the spoon.
yeah,
It's like upside down.
and then like putting things in order into his bowl. And then now like that she when she was like walking, like I would put shit far away and let her like
motivate her to
like
walk.
give it to me.
Oh
yeah. And then now
fetch.
I hate you. And then now she has like a helping ladder. So like same thing. I leave it in a certain area. She brings it back, and I'll like give it to her. Like I'll slide it to her what the next steps are, and like she's really good at
They
it.
really
Like
like
she's
helping.
she's like not spilling. She'll see me. She'll like, we had to move Pudge's like food area downstairs because she would like when she was crawling, she would like put her hand in his bowl or like put shit in there.
Yeah.
And so now part of her helping is walking downstairs and putting it on his table. Yeah, it's really cute. And then she's starting to talk more. So she's like, Wawa,
How old is she?
She is going to be 2 in April.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Damn.
Tauruses. They're both Tauruses, right?
Wow. So
Mia's a
dang,
Taurus.
she's doing all that and she's just about to be 2?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
She scares me though. She
Why?
scares me because we're both Tauruses. And I'm like, holy shit, like this is like a mini me.
So I'm glad you bring that up. How you feel about her is how your mom feels about you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
At one point, your mom looked at you and was like, This is part 2. This is part 2. I'm gonna I don't know your mom, but I'm guessing that she probably looked at you and was like, this is my chance to do better. Or like,
Oh, with my niece.
no,
With me?
For you.
What do you mean?
Like how you look at your niece.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that was your child.
Oh, like when I was born, she was like, "Oh, I want to do better."
Yes.
Yeah.
So all that feeling like pressure as a mom or a new mom or new parent, she probably felt that and was like, there's probably two ways you can go with those feelings. She went one way. Maybe that's not the way you liked it.
Yeah.
But it all came from that same feeling of like, you see yourself or you see yourself in like the younger generation and you want to make sure that, you know, they do better than what you did.
Yeah.
Some people go about it differently, but I think the overall want is there, you know,
Yeah.
like good intentions, but maybe not the best outcomes. Like,
yeah.
I could complain all day about how I was upbringing, but the fact is like, it's not going to change.
Yeah.
Like I
it
can't
is what
change
it
the
is.
past.
We're here.
I can only learn from it.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through therapy, I realized that because I do a lot of like reflecting after I have a session or interaction with my mom. I had to do a lot of like mental preparedness, like preparing mentally when I saw her because I'm very on edge. I get like heated really quick. I get triggered really easily.
Yeah.
And I know it's because I have a lot of resentment. But I also know like the reason why I wanted to go to therapy and the reason I continue to have a relationship with her is because I feel for her. I love her and I have compassion and I wouldn't be where I am today because I don't mean this to diss her, but like I didn't want to have a life like her and I didn't want to end up like that. And that's not to say that she's living a bad life. I just didn't
It's not for you.
Yeah, like it wasn't for me. And as I got older, I started to realize a lot more things. Like my mom is a very like introverted person. And so like I feel like I naturally just like take reins of things. Like we're very opposite. Like I'll order for them or I'm the very extroverted one.
Yeah.
I like I want to say a lot of my personality is probably from my dad. And my brother would even say like my dad is a very like charming person. Like he had bitches.
What?
No, for real, he had bitches,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
Like
He was a charming person. He had bitches. I'm my dad.
I have 3 brothers and my dad got 3 baby mamas. Like yes. And then talking about like toxic Filipino shit, or I don't know if it's just a Filipino thing, but I know
Sure.
this is also common. Like the whole like cheating thing or whatever. Like I also found out like I found these photos and I showed my brother like, oh, like look, it's you and me when we were little. And I was like, and he's like, who's this little boy? And I was like, I don't know, but he's in all these little pictures.
Who was it?
This little boy, before I tell you the plot twist, this little boy was at the hospital I was born at. He was at my christening or my baptism. He was at, we took a family trip to Universal. I was like months old. Like, there's all these family events.
He's your uncle.
My
Just kidding.
dad's girlfriend's son.
Oh, shit.
My dad had a whole ass girlfriend while he was married to my mom while she was pregnant with me.
Who was first?
I don't know. I'm pretty
Your
sure.
mom,
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty sure my mom. Oh no, yeah, I'm pretty sure it
Because
was my
they were
mom.
married.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
married. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I was
Wow.
just like, yeah. Apparently, like he hella changed once he like got what he wanted from my mom, which was like papers. Yeah. But
That is a thing. I know that for a fact. A lot of Filipino families go through that.
yeah. Dude, I once had like a family friend not ask me, but like ask like a relative, like, oh, what do you think about? Oh, no, it was my mom. Asked my mom like, oh, I have this friend who wants to come to the Philippines. Or come to America from the Philippines? Would you consider marrying him for X amount of years, and you'll get this amount of money?
How much?
I forgot what it was.
20K?
But my mom, I'm pretty sure whenever they throw out money like that, but my mom was like, no, I have a daughter. That's illegal and like all this other shit. And I was like, thank God you did not. Because I know there's people who are like that. There's people who would like sell their...
I would sell myself. on my own.
People would sell their like passports.
Oh shit. I don't know about that. That means you're never leaving.
That means you're never coming back.
Okay.
Like
That's
if you're,
a better point.
yeah,
You could leave.
I heard a story about somebody who sold. They were here in America. They sold their like papers, and now they're in the Philippines, and someone's pretending to be them.
Damn.
Like I was like, that's the wildest shit
That's crazier than like
fucking
Fast and
heard.
Furious. You sell your pink slip. Like no, it's your fucking.
We're not racing
slip.
for pinks. You're giving me your shit.
It's for whites actually. You're like your birth certificate is a white slip. It's a white piece of paper. Like
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
The hustle is real.
uh-huh.
We were fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Anything to come to this paradise that is America.
look at this.
Oh, not this one.
I mean, you got like a lot of plants, and you're doing a really good job of like
Thanks.
using it as decor.
I'm trying to use it as kind of like my representation of how I feel.
That's good.
I don't know how that is, but it's a little mixture of like, is this a good thing or is this chaos? Is it too much or is it just, I don't know. There's parts of me that does feel like it's a lot, but I also, this was part of the New Year's cleaning up thing. I sold, and you wouldn't even believe me if I told you, about 4 plants.
Nice.
I did one posting on
Facebook?
On Facebook
Yes.
Marketplace. Shout out Facebook Marketplace. I was just like, I want it gone.
Yeah.
So I said, I didn't want to haggle. I put $10
Oh yeah.
for a big ass pothos, like I want to say like this big.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the vines was like 4 to 3 feet long.
Were you always a plant person, or was this like pandemic?
No, this was post pandemic.
What?
Yeah, I know.
I tried to during the pandemic, but I also knew like it wasn't gonna happen. I have a thing with bugs and dirt. Plants means dirt. Dirt means bugs.
Not these plants.
I don't know, man. I still can't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got these like.
You seen a fly yet?
pebbles. No.
I fucking kill them.
Nice.
Hate flies. Yeah. I look
But
for them sometimes.
It's good. I mean, I do have 2 plants. I have like a baby elephant ear and then like the snake plant. I haven't
Nice.
killed them yet. I killed a shit ton of succulents though.
Succulents are not for me.
Dude, they say you can't kill them. I was like, I killed hell of them and air plants.
You know what? You're too nurturing. You water them too much, probably.
I think I didn't water it at all.
No, they're desert plants. Mine, I fucking drowned. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna water you.
I even tried the little like, not like I bought like a
Like the
plant.
spritzer?
Yes, but the one for the plant where it's like fancy looking.
See that the problem with that is that the water only stays on top, but the roots are on the bottom. Mm-hmm. So with like a desert plant, they want to be watered like once a month, most.
I think
They
it might.
need sunlight.
Yeah.
But a fun fact: every light in here is a grow light. That's why it's like I could put plants
Anywhere?
not near a window.
Uh-huh.
So that was a good help. Like the pressure to like put a plant next to like sun, and I was like, oh, this is like I don't know why I'm doing this. Like everybody's kind of fighting for attention for this window. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I also like the aspect that I can share the plants and just like give it to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're leaving with a plant today. You just didn't know it.
Wow.
But
He's a party favor.
yeah. It's like thanks for coming. Thanks for the podcast. No, but yeah, no, I sold a plant, $10, big plant. I got fucking like hundreds of messages.
What?
Is this still available? I'm very interested.
Dude, just do
And I'm like,
cuttings.
dude, no, people don't like cuttings.
Oh.
This was like because it was like a mature, large growth.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I could have sold it for probably like $50. But I was just like, I don't want to haggle. I want to give it to somebody that's going to appreciate it and blah, blah, blah. I got so many messages that they were like, do you have any more plants? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And they're like, can I get a picture? So from one posting, I sold 4.
Nice.
So I just kept giving them like, here,
Hell yeah,
$10,
dude.
whatever. And now I'm thinking, okay, if it ever gets too bad,
You know what to do?
I could sell it for a little bit more and get a little bit less messages.
Yeah. Hit up
Because
the
man, I was like, damn, it's like a dating app. Like everybody sliding into DMs. Like, you want this plant? Yeah, what you got?
hit up the Facebook Market streets.
Right? Is that a thing?
Facebook Market?
Streets?
The streets?
Streets?
Yeah, outside. You never heard, when people are like, oh, we're outside. Send them back to the streets.
Oh, jeez, no. I thought you were saying people use Facebook Marketplace to like go on dates.
No. I
Is
mean,
that a
I wouldn't
thing?
be surprised. Dude, people do that on LinkedIn.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't have a LinkedIn yet.
You don't?
I know.
Dave,
Still,
wait,
I know.
actually, I remember this. Can you hurry the fuck up? And so we can endorse each other, and then we could write like
Right.
recommendations to each other.
So you're gonna have to help me with that. I'm gonna have.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a village for me to get a fucking LinkedIn because, yeah, I don't know.
Dave,
like,
you need to be with it. If my
that's why
Tita
I'm
has
saying.
one,
That's why I'm saying every
my Tita
time
has
I've had a
one.
job, it's been through sheer luck and like help.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I've never had to make a LinkedIn. I think by the time there was like, oh, have you heard of LinkedIn? Yeah, I heard nobody uses it.
Nah.
Something judo flipped, and then all of a sudden, people are like using LinkedIn. I'm like, shit, I missed the boat.
Yeah. No, you
Yeah.
can get in there, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and once you're in it, it's like easier to like keep updated and shit.
Yeah, it's
And you
essentially
have-
dating, but
Yeah.
for jobs.
Yeah. Some people though, they like just don't know like the etiquette, and it's just like it's supposed to be a professional platform, and there's people who be like getting into this like heated political.
Really?
Yes, or people use it for dating. Like, it's so cringe, dude.
like, damn.
So freaking cringe.
I like your PhD.
It's like people will find each other on like dating apps and like follow them on LinkedIn or whatever. Or yeah, it's weird.
I mean,
dude.
this is the Bay Area. I hear even from like the dating apps, not me myself, but like my friends that go on dating apps, like they're just like, every time you go on a date, they just ask like, so what do you do? So
Yeah.
What do you do? It's all about what you do. It's like everybody wants to know what business you're in or
I
what
feel like-
what company, what startup.
Yeah. What is it about? Just like small talk? Or
No,
do you think it's just
I feel like some people like it's their identity. It's who they are. We're such in a business central
like sell yourself?
yeah, this is like tech. This is what we came here to do. And I feel like a lot of people don't know how to be outside of work. So
Yeah.
all they end up doing is talk about work.
Yeah.
It's like, unless work is who you really are, then
That's crazy.
they even have a fucking, have you heard of The League?
No.
This dating app. I just heard about this. Shout out Min for this. He was like, he came up to me. He goes, I just joined a dating app. I was like, another one? He's like, yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, there's like Coffee Meets Bagel.
I've heard of that.
My neighbor met his wife.
This one is The League, and it's for like the upper echelon of like fucking corporate, like you have a certain degree, you have a certain like aspirations. You're on the upper end of the education bar.
What?
So it's like the immediate thing is we're in the same league.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
there's
was like, what the fuck?
there's something like that.
I don't think I could be on that.
There was one like that that's like it's
for celebrities.
Yeah.
Raya.
Yes. Yeah. And then
I try to get one. No, just kidding. No.
his discount code is.
Yeah. If you
We're taking a short break and
Yeah, no.
this was sponsored by.
White Claw. Yeah, no, I heard about that. And I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it because
Yeah.
I'm not famous. I don't want to be. But there should be one for famous people to date normal people. I'd be into that. Call it
Yeah.
call it normies.
Yes, because like in a lot of these like podcasts I listen to where they're in the industry and shit, like
Which industry?
music
Okay.
or entertainment, like a lot of people know they talk about their experiences, and a lot of people know each other, and how it's like it's hard because it's like it's, for example, right, in LA, well, you're from LA.
Fucking LA.
Yeah. But the people who
Fucking
are
celebrities.
transplants there, right, like they're the people who kind of give it that area a bad rep of like social climbing and shit.
What's wrong with trans people?
Transplant.
Oh,
Don't cancel
just
me.
kidding.
Oh, hell to the nah. No,
Transplants
no, no.
peoples. So you don't like plants. Got it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, everybody's a transplant.
Yeah.
Even here. Kyle, are you from the Bay Area? No. Dave, are you from the Bay Area? No. You are our locals friend.
Hi.
There's not a lot of you.
I know. We still need to go to the city, dude. I've been meaning.
Please take me to everywhere you like.
I need to take you to
I
Cha
used-
Cha Cha.
That sounds cool. I don't
It's
even know
like
what
they
that
had
is.
this sangria that like every time that
Can Kyle come?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Sounds
we
like
need to
fun.
do it with everybody. So it's like
Yeah.
they have this sangria that will fuck you up. And I remember when I lived in San Jose, I introduced it to my friends out there.
I miss getting fucked up.
Me too. I think we needed. I was just saying I've been doing good with my like self-control.
Dude,
but I will break that for you guys.
No joke. My motto is I don't drink normally. I save it up to drink a lot with the people I want to drink with.
I miss our
because when I drink, I fucking drink. This is like we'll drink just to fucking drink.
Party at Julie's.
Party at Julie's. Shout out Julie.
R.I.P. to her space.
She moved the most, I think, out of all of us. She had that one apartment.
Then the house we never went to.
Then the house we never got invited to.
We did, but it just didn't.
I didn't get invited to that house.
No, she did. Like, she invited us, like, oh, you guys are welcome over. And I think we tried to plan, but it just didn't work out.
Too much Orange Theory for you at the time, I think.
Okay. I hate you, bitch. See, exactly. So I was like, I need to plan this now and commit to a date now because then it's never gonna happen, or I'm gonna be busy. And every time you guys plan shit, I already got shit planned. So it's not like I'm ducking you guys.
Planned.
I'm not ducking you guys.
I know.
I'm not ducking you guys.
You just have too many people in your life. But yeah, that was so funny. There was a couple of times where like we're all gonna hang out, and you're like, oh, I got a hair appointment that day. And then the next time, oh, we're all gonna hang out. I was like, oh, I gotta get my nails done, manicure, whatever. The next one was like pedicure, and then Orange Theory.
No, and they were like, why are your manicure and pedicure on separate days?
It's like that's different people.
And I was like, because my nail lady doesn't do it yet.
Oh my god, it was so funny. Yeah, that was like the thing.
Yeah, dude, I tell Mikey all the time though, like, I'm so grateful I met them. Like, I'm grateful to have like because wow.
I'm just kidding.
Never mind.
I don't do all the compliments. I'm just kidding.
Well, to everyone else except Dave. Okay. I'm just kidding. No,
I'm listening.
Because like when I would think about like how I would have similar like relationships with other coworkers, but like what makes this one different is that we're all still connected. Like we all still like talk, or we like kick it here and there, and we still like, I don't know, sending memes and shit is a love language.
Dude, it is. It's just like this is specially curated for these.
Like,
you get these.
He's like, this is faith, and I was like,
not everybody gets the same shit. Like,
but the reason I bring this up is because like I feel like finding that with coworkers, or like we're not coworkers anymore, or like I don't see you as that. Like we really did become friends.
Yeah.
But like we started off as coworkers. Finding friends like that, like in general, is hard. Like even people you've grown up with, like you learn that like, oh shit, like we outgrew each other. And I recently learned that like outgrowing a friend doesn't mean cutting them off. It just means that like where they're placed in your life is differently now.
Yeah, you're in different shits.
Yeah. And I feel like with you guys, I was like, holy shit, like we're all doing life, but we still have a way of like staying genuinely connected.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have the same feeling. Like everybody's doing something different. We're all kind of like revisiting something or doing new things, having kids, getting married, like all this stuff. But like,
is somebody else having a kid?
I don't know. But like, no, I'm just like kidding. Reviewing like people got married, people had kids, people have jobs, people have different jobs, people are moving on. But like, I think, like you said, you kind of just, you don't know it at the time, but like those good times, like you really look back and like, damn, those are good times.
Yeah.
And they will never happen again. I'm just kidding. No, we'll have more good times later. They evolve.
It just makes those times like when we do link up even more enjoyable.
Right. They're like, it's kind of like everything like kind of saves up, you know, kind of like it's kind of dangerous though. You like, don't wait too long to hang out or else fuck, somebody might die.
Yeah.
Like, we might go too hard and just like shit.
We had a blast though, and I really liked like the group that we had. Like we had our mains, and we had the people who would come out, like when Alan would come out.
Oh yeah,
Hi Alan, if you ever watch this.
I know. I told him he should be on this.
I think he's mostly,
but he's in LA now.
What?
Yeah, I think. Sorry, Alan, if I'm misspeaking, but I
remember he was trying to make moves actually, because like his auntie or something is like up there in this one company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, you got a podcast?" I'm like, "Ooh, when you coming on?" He's like, "Ooh, when you come here?"
Dude, we should do an episode where all of us like just link up.
Yeah, the
office.
Yeah, the whole point of this is that so it can travel and go wherever. I have it. Cool. If it all fits in that stupid box right there, that's kind of heavy. But
wow.
Yeah.
You're a podcast magician.
No, this is just for fun. and to kind of like share whatever. This is a little bit of a therapy, you know, just talking about shit, catching up. And also I'm thinking I probably haven't talked to a lot of people in a while. And this is kind of like a vague way of kind of like, information's here if you want it.
Yeah.
This is how I'm doing. But
No, it's
same
cool.
with you. You probably can't see everybody you want to, but
Yeah. That's cool though too, because it's like I catch. Speaking of like us being the new generation of titas and titos, I realize I really am that auntie like that. I'm not the Facebook auntie, borderline. I don't post everything, but I be taking hella pictures and shit, and I catch myself watching it.
you know,
like,
I
a
love the
lot.
fucking the aunties that think like taking like selfies like this.
With the
Enjoying-
iPad.
enjoying today.
Wait, with the iPad. Or
Dude,
wait, no,
iPads
when they take the,
Yeah, they're not. It's like
they're not even smiling.
they're not smiling.
It's
They're just kind of like. My dad takes these pictures.
like does it
bro.
hurt to smile?
Yeah, my mom actually uploaded one of my dad, and it was a boomerang, and he was just kind of like he looked annoyed because my mom looked like he's like, oh, can you point? Can you like look happy? And he's like, like that's the boomerang.
He's like, okay.
and I'm like, yeah, Papa looks very happy. He's like, right? Like she knows it's a joke. I'm like, there's no shame, and I love it. Like
Aw.
nobody's, at least my parents, they don't try to like be those people like, look how happy we are,
Yeah.
or like look how successful my kids are. Like we're
Yeah.
not sorry, but
I think you guys are.
I'm trying to do like the flip side of social media where it's like it's more real. It's like this is like legit how we are. Like even though we're like normal people, duh.
Yeah.
But like seeing celebrities trying to be normal is like I don't give
Insulting.
a shit. I don't give a shit.
And
Like,
it's kind of also hard to like it's because they're celebrities and they have so many resources. It's like, really, bitch, you do not be using that shit.
I honestly
You-
don't give a shit about celebrities just because why do I care? Like sure, they could be talented and that you can enjoy that, but like I'm not gonna like wish I was them or like look at their life and think, why isn't my life like
Yes.
this? That is like a problem for a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
comparing what you do versus what a celebrity does, or maybe even like somebody else you may know. It's like, stop comparing. Do your shit.
I was listening to what's it called? Britney Spears' audiobook. It's actually really good, dude.
Really?
It's
The
really
only-
good.
I only say that because the last few things that I've seen of Britney Spears is like her knife dancing.
Yes. But it's like,
What
dude,
is
when you think about it, like, so she got some trauma.
Totally.
Like
I know.
spoiler alert. So in the book,
Yes.
so her dad, the one who like put her in
Oh,
the
fucking asshole.
what
Yeah.
the fuck is that? The
Conservatorship.
Yeah. Our fobness
Something
is
like
coming
that.
out.
Conservatorship.
Our conservatorship.
Yeah.
You know that thing. And
Anyway, her money is not her money.
her dad, he's bastos. But so her dad has trauma from his dad being like abusive, and he actually put his wife in a sale asylum because like she back then like
Whose wife? Britney Spears' mom? Or his,
the dad's
mom.
The dad's
Oh,
so the
shit.
Britney Spears' dad's dad, the Lolo. He
Lolo Spears.
yeah, Lolo Spears and Lola Spears.
God damn.
I guess she had like a miscarriage and like blamed her for it, and I guess where they lived to like just kind of what the norm was there, like the hierarchy and like where males were and shit, and so
Yeah.
he put her, the Lolo put her in a treatment center. She eventually got out, then she like killed herself like at her
Shit,
son's
dude.
grave. And then like plot twist is that like what his dad did to his mom is what he did to his daughter. And then like all this shit about, and I would hear like little things about like the Justin Timberlake shit and him walking shit back, but she finally says her part, like when they broke up and how like the first time they saw, like how the media constantly, like what the media portrayed her
Fuck the media.
as.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking too, like I was a Britney Spears fan growing up.
Me too.
And thinking like, holy shit, she's going crazy. But now reading her side, I'm like, holy shit, they really like did you dirty.
Yeah.
And like she talks about when her fans broke her out of the treatment center.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Watch the documentary.
I will. Where is it?
Hulu?
Hulu? All right, I'm gonna watch it. I just remember I was kind of like on the fence of like, is she crazy? And then she shaved her head.
No.
And I was like, ooh.
She did that. So it was thing to like she was
That was
saying
kinda
like
crazy.
how she felt at that time was because like
Yeah.
K-Fed, like she was going through really bad postpartum, and then he was trying to start his rap career. He wasn't really there for her, and then people were turning against her, making her feel crazy.
Yeah.
And even when she was partying with Lindsay Lohan and shit,
Oh,
she was like, the
gosh.
only drug I did was Adderall. I was addicted to Adderall.
For real?
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
I'm not gonna say whether I have or haven't, but
Wait, I need to take a break.
yeah.
A few moments later.
You having a good time so far?
Yeah, this is fun.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
People like, I want to invite everybody. Like, this is the kind of like the open invitation for anybody who's my friend or considers me a friend. Like, you can come here and talk. Like, there's no pressure. I know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people might be shy, and I understand that. Like, I told Justin, I was like, I know you're a very professional person, like all the time, but I'm like, I hope you know, because I haven't talked to you about it yet, doesn't mean that I don't want you here to do it. I just know your personality, and you probably would prefer not to do it.
Yeah.
But having said that,
Yeah.
come through. You
Yeah.
know? Like, come
You could have
through
like
and
a
talk some shit.
professional
Yeah.
pod. Why not?
Or maybe does he need like multiple? Like, do we need to come here as a crew or something?
Yeah, I mean, I think the dynamic is important.
Yeah.
That's why the name is
Friends
kind of
of
like
friends of friends of friends.
yeah, it's kind of like repetitive. It's also Friends of Friends was taken, but also Friends of Friends of Friends is kind of like a funny in threes. Like, I find saying something 3 times is like my favorite thing. Like, for example, if somebody says something like, "Hey, how much was that?" and they go, "Huh?" and then somebody repeats that and goes, "He said, how much is that?" I will have to say it one more time. I'll just be like, "Yeah, how much is that?" Just for me. Like, I think it's hilarious
Yeah.
when things are said 3 times. Like,
Yeah.
it's so repetitive and ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah.
Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I was a little nervous coming on the pod.
I know.
Yeah, a little. I
But
think
I'm
it was
glad
just
you
more
did
of
it.
like everything's always it's gonna be on the internet. It's gonna be here forever. But honestly, it was
That's
fun.
the beauty. That's the beauty of it.
But like, what if one day, like, I don't know. I don't want to be famous, but like, what if one day we become known in like our industries, and people like look shit. I don't know. I'd be spiraling.
You know, it's funny, like this whole cancel culture thing.
Yeah.
We've overcorrected yet again. Because I consider myself a pretty like aware person, or like very careful with what I say. But like the extent of what people are getting offended with now, it's too much. We are now at I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want. We're at
Yeah.
the say whatever you want stage now.
Yeah.
Like we've been eggshelling for too long. Our calves are tired.
Yeah.
Our heels need to touch the ground. Like they fucking ruined it.
It's kind of. I'm not blaming it. I'm not just placing this on the Zoomers.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
But I see a lot of
Everybody's hurt.
But I see a lot of like conversation of like what millennials think versus what like Zoomers think, and how I honestly can't wait till the alphas, which is like Charlie's generation,
Oh,
to
yeah.
like school the Zoomers.
I just, I don't know what's so hard like in life, but it's a balance of things. You can't do one thing without the other, or you have to do both in a very healthy way. You can't just be like, you can't say that. Well, I'm going to fucking say it.
Yeah.
It's like, say it to the right people.
Yeah.
like
Like
no,
not
just
every, like even like Rush Hour would
Yeah.
not make it Rush Hour would not.
They're making another Rush
No,
Hour,
I'm
though.
saying Rush Hour, if it was made now, like the first Rush Hour,
But
that shit would not.
They are making another one.
I know, but I'm saying the first Rush Hour would. If
Yeah, it's
that,
not going to be the same.
Hell no. What's another one?
Woke Hour.
And
Woke
2.
Hour.
And Rush Hour 2.
What's your favorite part of Rush Hour?
When fucking Chris Tucker's like, no, Tomsky. Like, yeah.
Dude,
he's like,
that shit's good.
I'm over here like.
But also, I
And
mean,
then
Don Cheadle was there.
When Jackie Chan said the word.
Oh yeah,
Like.
yeah. That was like one of those like situational like comedy. Like this probably could have happened.
Yeah.
You know, because he's traveling from China.
Yeah. But.
Yeah. What's up, my blank?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
What's her name? The little girl who was singing Mariah Carey. Something.
Oh gosh, I forgot her name.
I want to say Lin something.
Sun Lee. I want to say Sun Lee.
Suyang.
Suyang. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think I got? Chelsea Clinton? Cousin Graham? Yeah.
It's okay. It's strong. Chinese bamboo.
Oh my god. Filter fish.
Do you
Filter fish. Oh.
Mushu?
Mushu, you hungry?
Do you think what's another movie you guys think wouldn't make it that we grew up with?
So many.
Yeah.
I don't revisit the classics too often, but there are definitely like eyebrow raising moments. You're like, I mean, The Hangover, paging Doctor, paging Doctor. That would not work, but I think it would work again because I see a trend of like yeah, we say whatever, but it's only because you're saying not to.
White chicks.
White chicks is great.
Yeah. That
wouldn't
the
work?
perfect example. I don't know.
Hell no.
Why?
Are you serious? And
Once you go black, you go in a wheelchair?
You remember when they were in the car singing? What the hell was it they were singing? And then the two of them like said the word.
Oh.
And then the girls were like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and then like, no one heard us.
But that's so like, why is that bad? It's based in reality. Like,
I think it's
it really
'cause
is.
I think now, like once again, like cultural appropriation and just I
Yeah.
think where it's
We
coming
should not
from.
say it. We should not say it. We should also pretend like we've never said it.
What said what?
The N word. Everybody has said it at one point, whether you were young and didn't know better to like now. I think just knowing that you shouldn't,
Yeah.
great.
I think too, like back
Saying
then.
it then doesn't count.
Back then it was a very different time. Like when I have like aunties and uncles who are like on the younger end of the spectrum where like they're considered like the cool ones to us, and they talk a lot about how things were back in their day and like how it was, I guess like it was okay or like normalized or like for them, or they got the pass to say it
Yeah,
because
depending
of like
on where you are regionally.
yeah, like where
your
you
friends.
were, like if you were where you were in the Bay Area because
Yeah.
of like how it like
Everybody was fucking broke here.
Yeah.
Like we're all ghetto. Like not here me, but like in LA, like where I was at. Like
Yeah.
it was a ghetto thing. It was not
Yeah.
like a rich people thing.
yeah, like it's crazy to me when I look at SF, like where my grandma lives, like they just started it's built now, but there was an apartment complex they built on Bart, and I remember like because to go back onto the freeway I passed by it, and usually like the sun is shining, so I'm like, what the fuck is
Which
this?
part of LA? I mean, SF is this?
This is in Lakeview,
Lakeview.
so it's like near like City College,
Do you know where these are, Kyle?
19th Ave, so it's like on the way to South Stonestown
Yeah. City-
Mall.
Oh,
I think
I,
that's- City
so very
College.
close to like San Francisco. What is it? SF State.
Yeah.
okay. I think I'm getting closer.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Right on.
So around there. What was I saying?
Where your grandma lives.
Okay, then before that.
Bart.
Oh,
things?
Bart, yeah. So I'm like driving and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit tower overing me? I was like, it's a fucking apartment. Like a luxury apartment that we would see in downtown San Jose. And I grew up in this place and I'm thinking, holy shit. Like this shit is getting gentrified. And another one was like when I went back to her, like, cause my auntie still lives in that house and my cousin. So when I went to go visit, I was seeing fucking people run in the neighborhood. And I was like, what?
Like
This is some like white people shit. We don't.
jogging, like running.
Yes.
I thought you meant run. Like
No. That's why I'm like, this is some white people shit. Cause
Like,
like we
run.
weren't allowed to play outside. Like we had to
it's like, it was dangerous.
Yeah, we played in the garage, and the garage had a slight slope. So like when we had rollerblades,
Yeah.
we would start from where the garage opens and just like
yeah.
you know.
Hell yeah.
But like I remember like so my grandma's house, like at one point a good number of us had lived there. Like
At the same time.
like at either at the same time, different times, times, or like same time, like together. So what's it called? My cousin was telling us a story about when he lived there, and he's like the eldest, and he said he remembers going to. I shouldn't be okay. I'm laughing at what he was doing, not the outcome. He said he was in the kitchen heating up food, like, and then he just hears somebody said like, "Help, help!" Like my brother got shot, and like at the time, him and his dad were watching basketball.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Like, dude, at one point, for
What?
context, like in my grandma's neighborhood, at one point, like, I think there was only like 2 Asian families. So, and now, like, it's sad. At one point, like a couple of years back, the last black family that lived there that got the house around the same time my grandma did, they like sold the house because the person who owned it like passed away.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So now like that place is like hella gentrified.
Fuck.
Or like we saw like what they did to it. Like they flipped the house. Like what it looked outside did not look like what it looks like on the inside.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that movie. Have you seen that movie on Netflix? Last Black Man in San Francisco?
No.
Dude. This is an under the radar movie that, I mean, it has Jonathan Majors in it.
Oh my God. Do you think he did it?
Yeah. Well, he was found guilty, so I think he did do it.
But like, you know how it's like, it's a king. It's like, you have to prove yourself.
But then he also, no, keep it. But then he also like, I was watching a commercial of like ABC News. He did
Yeah.
like a public apology.
Yes!
Like, yo, I haven't seen one of these in a while.
Yes. Yeah.
Like a straight up like, oh, so, you know, I didn't like.
and
damn.
Megan Good, like she's been my
Like
rock.
he's doing a public apology.
Yeah.
He's trying to save that bag. You know what I'm saying?
No, but like Disney's not taking him
Oh
back.
yeah. But anyway, he's in it. I think he's a great actor. I don't know. You know, I wasn't there. He probably did it. If he did, fuck you.
Do you
If he didn't, fuck the other person. But
do you think his relationship with Megan Good is for optics?
I don't even know who Megan Good is. Do I think he's gay?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, do you think their relationship is for optics, like for publicist shit?
Show me.
You know who Megan Good is.
I don't know, not by name. But yeah, it's a great movie. It's about what you just mentioned, gentrification.
Mm-hmm. Oh, besides from people like running, I was also seeing like Benz, like different types of cars. I'm like,
Benz.
like Mercedes Benz.
Dang, you know how I know you're ghetto,
BMWs.
Faith?
What?
You say Benz.
What are you supposed to say?
You can say Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Oh,
He's like, you see Benz?
isn't that?
Because there's no good plural to Benz. Benzes? Benzi?
Benz?
There a bunch of Benzi there?
It's like syllabi
yeah.
or syllabus.
Is this her?
Wait, no, Megan the Stallion is coming up, not
Oh.
Megan Good.
Oh God. Megan Fox. Weird thumbs.
Oh yeah, her too.
It's
I
a
don't know
thing.
if this is...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Define
this is
weird.
a fan page,
Oh,
but
these, like,
this is
cut off.
Megan Good. I'm trying to remember what movie she's in. What movie is she?
What face is that? You imagine me doing these faces?
Yeah, people would swipe. Is it right or left on Tinder? I don't know.
I don't even know.
I've never had one.
I think I started saying left as a joke. Oh, is she an activist?
That's
of
a fan
sorts?
page. I don't know what her real.
Oh, it's a fan page.
Yeah. I'll figure out what movie.
So what does
she's
she
in.
do? Why do you think it's a optics thing?
She's because like I think the timing of when they were dating, that's like what people are
Oh,
speculating.
like he actually knows how to treat a woman. He's in a relationship like that.
No, like their publicists were like, "Hey, it'd be a good idea if you guys like step out." Like, you know, those actually happen. Like they like have planted relationships.
Oh, yeah.
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 What was she in? What movie? She was in Think Like a Man, Stomp the Yard.
Dang.
I don't know these other movies.
Dang. She's OG. Mm-hmm. Wow.
My Wife and Kids. She was on that show.
Don't know that one. Oh, the show. Never mind.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, you should watch it. I mean, aside from
Let me add that to
Jonathan
my
Majors
list.
being there.
Dude, that sucks too. Like he was supposed to like. I only know like the Marvel thing because like Mikey and his friends, they're the type to like on Thursday roll up to the movies and watch it all together.
How do I get in this crew?
Oh, we go. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
and after
I lost my movie crew. Deo moved all the way to
to the
Antioch.
Yock. You gotta call it
Justin.
the Yock.
Kids, fucking Cole, taking up my friend. You know, I'm kidding. No, I love you guys. I totally understand.
No,
I got nobody to watch movies with.
I'll
like,
let you know. I'll
Kyle,
let you know.
Are you
Yeah.
a movie person?
I'd be down to watch.
All right, let's go.
Dude, they're like hella into it to the point where they start talking about like theories. Like, oh, what do you think is gonna happen?
No, seriously, like
because
saying.
like well, this happened in this. So do you think in the next one with whatever Aquaman or da 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 this is gonna? And I'm
It's
just
so unimportant, but it's so funny.
But for me,
like-
I'm just like, yeah, the movie was good. The popcorn was really good.
I only slept twice, from what I remember.
Sometimes I just get really like I get a little too like
Comfy.
high before I go, and then I overeat, and then we go to the theaters that we go to. They have heated seats, so I'm like,
Oh my
like
gosh.
I'm like slowly like.
Sometimes I just like an adult, and I sleep because, like, my legs are up.
Yeah.
I'm just like I don't even have to eat a lot. I'm just like,
it's giving Lolo, man. It's giving Lolo in the recliner chair.
okay, what's more enjoyable than sleeping when your family else is awake? Like you sleep and everybody else is awake doing stuff around you. What a flex. I did that when my family was here. I'm just like, I'm tired, guys. You guys are too much. I'll wake up and they're like, oh, wow, they cooked dinner. Wake up and dinner's been cooked? Like, damn, that's not a thing.
Wow.
Not for me.
Wait,
Yeah.
so who was here? Your mom, your dad?
My mom, my dad, Yana, Mio. Yeah, me.
Aw.
Dominic was here on occasion. My other brother.
What is? That's not the chef. No.
No, the chef is Chef Delfin.
Oh, sorry, Delfin. Oh
TJ.
yeah, that's right because he has the same name as my uncle,
Delfin?
Delfin. Yeah,
Nice.
Delfin or
With
something.
an E
I forgot.
or without an E?
I forgot. I don't
So
know.
I grew up hearing Delfin. And then when I went to the restaurant, I asked for my brother. It's like, oh,
Does he go by Del?
is TJ here? And she's like, who's TJ? Like the chef? He goes, you know. I was like, oh, Delfin. Oh, Delfin. And I'm like, Delfin.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
yeah,
said,
yeah.
"Call me by my name."
And then somebody was like, oh, Delfin's brother's here. We're going to go get him.
Wow.
And they're like, I was like, who the fuck? And I met everybody. Everybody's so nice. Everybody's just like, talks like the world about him. And I'm like, dang, look at this. Like, he's got his little empire here. People like respect and like you. What's that like? Yeah. But I asked him about the Delfin
Yeah.
thing. And he's like, that's probably how the Spanish said it. Like, it's a Spanish name. And I'm like, oh, we've been saying it the American way, I guess. Or the Filipino way is
Delfin.
Delpin.
Yeah, because we don't have
Delpin.
we don't have a F in the alphabet. We
Yeah.
only have a P. And
how
so
do they
my
spell
name
it?
is Bait.
Bait.
That's what they call Bait.
Bait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Dabid.
Dab.
Why'd you spell it that way then? He's Catholic.
Thinking about Delfin Viña sounds pretty good because that's Spanish double. So
Oh.
Wait, Viña Spanish?
yeah,
Who's Spanish?
my dad's side,
What?
Spain.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Did not know that.
Damn.
Cool.
Delfin Viña. I mean, it sounds pretty good. I kind of like it.
You got a little flavor in you, Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Wow.
You should be going to Spain with me.
Sure.
Oh yeah. So who you going to Spain with?
My brother, the chef, Delfin.
Is he going for fun, or is he going to like? Is this like a passion project?
This
to,
is kinda like-
recharge him.
Yeah, this is kind of our eat, pray, love
Wow,
brother thing.
I love
Because,
that.
well, we were talking about it. My family likes to guilt us into visiting Southern California a lot.
Yeah.
And we said, no more. We know what that place is like. You
Yeah.
come visit us.
He said, "Tigil na."
Yeah. We're like, we need to go somewhere else once. My brother's never been to Europe. He's only been to Asia, the Philippines. And he was like, I just have to go. He's like, I'm a chef in New York and I haven't been to Europe.
Dude, he's about to
Like,
get
what the
so
fuck?
inspired.
I know. So it was between Italy and Spain. And I was like, I do like Italian. I do like Sopranos. Gabagool too.
You might be like,
Yeah. I'm like, that would be dope. But he was like, well, let's do Spain because
Yeah.
I have a bartender that works here and she's going to give me a lot of recommendations. So we're going to have a lot of cool spots to go to.
Nice.
And I'm like, fuck it.
When are you going again? Sorry.
This Monday.
Oh shit! I'm living for you, my guy.
Yeah.
I
thank
love
you.
that. I love that.
I was telling Kyle, I was like, yeah, it seems like every time I do a podcast, I'd like leave right after. It's like I
He's
better
like
do something
jet
before I go.
setter.
I don't even go to that many places, but yeah.
I love that for you though.
Thank you.
Your brother, has he always been at the same restaurant he's been at? Or?
No, his journey is kind of a funny one.
Yeah, I remember you posted him like on Netflix. I've been meaning, right? Wasn't he on like an episode?
Not
or some
Netflix.
shit?
He was on Food Channel.
Oh,
Like TV, like straight up like a reality show.
what?
It wasn't about him. It was about the restaurant
Yeah.
and the other owners. They were like married or not married. They were like
They were partners?
They were always, yeah, they're always partners or like fiancés.
Yeah.
But since they opened the restaurant during the pandemic, it was like this whole story. Like, oh, so like all the attention went to the restaurant, and now they have to like work their way back to each other, or like you have to choose: is it me or the menu?
Wow. Why is this? It's giving like it should be a series. Their love
mean,
should be a series.
Yeah, well, they did it with a couple of couples throughout the U.S. It was a little cheesy, I think, even for my brother's taste, because he's more of a Bourdain guy like me. We're kind of like the Uncle Tony crowd, where we kind of like just real grimy shit. This was a little bit more floof cheese ball,
Yeah.
but it's still good. I mean, still good exposure.
Definitely want to hit up his restaurant when we go out there.
Oh yeah, do it.
I'll
You're
let
going
you
in
know.
March, right?
Either June or July. So two of our friends.
Wait,
are
you're going in
actually-
June and July.
June or July.
I thought you were going in March.
No, that's Japan.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
One of our friends, they're moving out there.
I bet.
Yeah.
Because guess whose birthday is in July?
You. What we doing? We outside.
We're going to New York.
We outside.
Maybe going to New York. Unless I get a job by then.
Yeah.
Work.
Oh my god, you know what? Wait, you said till May? I'm till July. Yeah, I have till July.
Are you gonna get
So it's
reinstated?
weird. So I feel like with this company compared to how WePro was, like WePro was very
Wipro?
No.
Vepro?
was very like
It was Indian. Oh, sorry.
oh, Cognizant is too.
Oh, really?
No, I mean like they're very like heavy in that.
Oh,
Let's
right,
just say
you're
like
Cognizant.
being in this space, I've seen another side to this industry now of like how they utilize offshore shit and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and that's why I'm just like I'm whatever about it now.
Yeah.
Like remember before I used to want to be like do the best and whatever just naturally.
Yeah.
Now I think about you and you're like, do enough. You see, you're always like you never fail to like share that how much I've helped you. But like, dude, you have instilled in me that
The laziness.
I wouldn't say it's a laziness, but it's just like I don't need to be at 100 all the time. And then
Yeah.
like not in some cocky shit, but I was like, dude, I know how to maneuver where it's like I can work effectively and efficiently. What it would take somebody like in a whole day, I can probably do in like 4 hours
I always
or 2
tell
hours.
people, even my managers, like, I'm lazy. And that means that I don't want to do this again. So to do it manually again is going to kill me. I'm going to figure out how to do it once.
Yeah.
So that we can do it like easier, automatically the next time. Because figuring this shit out is pissing me off.
Yeah. So
like straight up.
I figured my shit came from like hyper independence. Like what another thing I feel like you probably didn't have to deal with this, but like, did you ever cry getting help with homework?
Oh, I didn't deal with this?
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't remember that?
Did you? Did you get shamed?
Did you get
into
shamed?
not
Oh my
knowing
God.
the math?
The math homework.
What the fuck?
Yes. Why is it math?
Yo. Why did they expect us to know things we didn't know?
Dude, like I remember, like I would get like antsy, like you know, to the point where you're like you're hella like holding your holding your composure in, and you're like this, right? And I remember just starting to cry. And then also in our culture, like you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to show your emotions.
You ever seen Mulan? Yeah, whatever Mulan did, you weren't allowed to do what Mulan did.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Dishonor to this whole family.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's funny now, but it got to a point where it was so ridiculous how, you know how we learned cursive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a bad grade in my handwriting, in my cursive handwriting. And because of that, my dad was like, this is how you do it. You know, like you write the word, then you do one space and then the word and one space and then the word. Because I didn't know how to space out my fucking words, apparently. And I didn't know that was goddamn important. I literally wrote sentences like this for a while.
Okay.
With a finger space between words.
Like this.
Because of a night where it was just like an educational yell fest of like, why don't I do better?
Yeah.
Like they weren't saying I was stupid. It was just like, you can do better if you try.
Yeah.
But in my definition, I am trying.
Yeah. Mine was like my mom was telling me like 1 + 3 divided by this is this. And I'm like, but how? Like they did. And yeah, like, and
Division was fucking horrible.
dude, I remember like crying.
Remainders.
And then I remember one time, like, I think like I became like, this is where my hyper independence came from. And like, I need to solve things. Like I can find a solution to it.
Yes.
Like I've made that a
Fuck.
thing. Like
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that's why I am.
Oh, dude, man.
Ugh. I just learned something today.
Yeah, our hyper independence. I used to wear my like my hyper independence as a badge of honor, and be like, oh, I can do this shit on my own, or I solved this, or I did this shit that should have broke me, or broke me, or I should have became this person because of XYZ. And then I realized like, nah, this shit is a trauma response, like where it was hard for me to ask for help or be willing to have help because I was like, no, it has to be done this way because I know I'm going to do it right.
Shit. I never saw it as like a badge of honor for myself, but I always told myself like, I'm weird. Like if I don't finish something, I can't not finish. Like it has to be done.
Yeah.
I have to figure it out. I can't move on.
There's a book I'm reading.
I didn't know that's what that was.
Yes.
Fuck.
For example, of like starting something from start to finish. I also read it's like if you're into astrology, like Tauruses, like we're very about like start to finish, or like we're very stubborn too. So I've been trying to read this. I've been trying to read this book, and I've read like last year I read 5 books. This one book I've been trying to read it for 3 years. And I either fall off from reading it because I just like don't like her style. Oh, I realize I probably don't like her style, but I'm forcing myself to finish the book. But she has 2 different books, and both those books, it has taken me either 3 or 4 years to try to read it because I had to keep like
Is it
starting
like the size
over
of like a Harry Potter or something?
No, it's like this. But I'm reading this other book that's similar to it.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm like eating the shit up. So I'm thinking it's the girl, but then also like the.
Are you reading like with your eyeballs?
Yeah.
Or you? Because some people do the audio reading.
I do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're having a hard time listening?
No, the book that I'm having a hard time with, I'm actually reading.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
Yeah.
And tell people you read it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do now.
Yeah.
I will never say that just because I know I hate reading. Mm-hmm. I hate it.
It's kind of like listening to a podcast. That's why I like audiobooks.
Yeah.
But I found out, like, I realized, and because I'm a very particular person when it comes to like self-help books, like, I like actually having an actual book because I like to see how far I've gone, and like I like highlighting and post-its, as you know.
Yep. Oh gosh, yeah. The post-it queen.
And so what I'm doing, because I have also a bad habit of buying books and just letting it sit there, is like I'm gonna listen to it, and if I really like it, I'm gonna buy it and I can read it and I'll actually have it because I want to have like my own little library.
I think it's cool when I see people's libraries and stuff. It really does like represent a person. Mm-hmm. Like this is kind of like what I identify with. Mm-hmm. Like these books that I say yes to. Yeah. Yes. That's cool. I don't have those books.
Dude, you'd be surprised. Start with like people that you like. I did Gabrielle Union's book.
So what is it? Is it the connection that you feel with other people that you're reading the book and you're like, oh, somebody else had that thought? That's cool.
Kind of like it goes to like if I like them, like what they stand for as like a person, right?
Oh.
And so like Gabrielle Union, I always liked her as an actress. Like she plays really strong roles, and how those roles that she plays really is how she is in real life. And like it's funny because her first book I actually read, her second book was an audiobook, and the way that she talks and she does her own like audio for it is like it really shows like the role she plays is like how she is as like she exemplifies like a strong woman. And I realized that's what I gravitate towards too. Like Khloe Kardashian was a book I first started reading. Kimora Lee Simmons, she is
I know her.
Yeah. She had the Fab Life. I used to watch
Chloe's
that.
book?
It's really good.
I'm not a fan of her.
It's
but maybe that's just the show version.
I think it's like the show, but she was really good. So I read that book when I was going through a breakup, and she talks about her breakup with Lamar, but also like before they broke up and what they were going through before that and stuff, and just
my book was Dashboard Confessionals.
What is that about? Like,
what was it? It was like emo band. It wasn't a book. It was just like a fucking concert. It was like, yeah, right.
Or no, it's not a phase.
It's not a phase. I just wore that shirt the other day. But no, that's cool.
Yeah. So I like that. I think I realized like in the space that I work in, like and taking into consideration our upbringing and how women are supposed to be submissive, I want to be the opposite of that. And then going back to like our conversation with like my mom, I realizing like she's an introvert, she has a lot of anxiety. I became the person that she needed to be, because to me, I'm the person that the younger me needed. Like when I look at myself, I'm like, shit, younger me in high school, in middle school, needed someone like me who was like an older sister to like tell me like it's gonna be okay, or you're gonna work through this. It's possible to work through this. And I feel like I at least had the privilege and the space to be able to like reflect on that, where like my mom didn't, because they had to survive. That was their thing. They were survival. Yeah. And I also realized that I took pride in. I used to think being able to work from fight or flight mode was also a flex. Like I was like, oh, there's shit that should have broke me, and it didn't. Realizing like, nah, dude, like that shit is a trauma response too. Like, like that's not how things are supposed to be. Like that's why I would get worked up when shit at work would happen. Or
you did,
yeah. And now,
I remember those times.
Like
I'm glad I was never like in the crosshairs of your workup, but I was around it, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking like, oh shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it.
Yeah, and now I know how, like, now I'm glad I've made those, I don't want to say made those mistakes and had those experiences when I was younger, because now I I'm playing chess, not checkers, when it comes to shit like that. Like, I don't let it control me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm taking the
You're
higher
maturing.
road. Yeah.
Essentially. You're the adult now.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. I think about that same thing with my parents a little bit, where it's like, I remember my grandparents, and like they were old, and they were not like my grandparents' parents now, where my parents are very like functional and aware, and still their own people. But I also know that there's going to come a time where they're no longer those people.
Yeah.
They're going to become the grandparents that you knew as your grandparents.
Yes.
And the same transition from when my parents became the mains, like they're now the parents. They've always been my parents, but I think to them, they've always looked at their own parents as like, it's like they're taking the lead.
Yeah.
So I think now we're kind of at the age where we are the parents. We are the adults.
Yes.
We're taking the lead. So it's like, it's kind of like a changing of the guard in a weird way.
Yes.
I'm so scared of it.
Dude.
Like, I'm very hyper aware of, like, I may not live in the Bay Area for a while,
Yeah.
you know, for forever.
Yeah. Because
I'm aware that my parents are going to get to a point where they need me, or they need one of us. And I think my brother's careers, both of them are pretty, you know, on one track where I'm kind of malleable and I can do anything and be anywhere, and I'll figure some shit out. So it probably will befall me to go do it. Yeah. So I think about that. It's kind of where I'm at.
No.
Just kind of enjoy who my parents are today.
Yeah.
And then figure out what to do tomorrow when it happens.
Yeah. I feel that. Like, I have a homegirl where we have very similar experiences of like to the T, like with the frustrations and shit. And she helps me like navigate through that space, because I feel like as much as I have like resentment and shit, I also have like the soft part of me that's like, oh shit, like they're getting older, like I need to pay attention to shit more. Like before, like my mom would say certain things like, oh, like my back hurts, and I'm like, girl, you've been saying that since I was in like the fifth grade.
That's my parents too.
You know? And it's like at one point, and I think because I'm so I mentally strong, or like I can like psych myself out of shit sometimes, where it's like, okay, it's all in your head, or like
what?
Just
like physical pain, or
I think like mental blocks. You know, when you're having like a rough day, like I'm not like, I feel like I can, yes, I have hard days where it's like, fuck, like, am I gonna get through this?
Do you feel guilty about having those hard days, or do you tell yourself like, it's okay because I'm usually good, but today I just need to like chill and go through it? Or do you try to swim against the current on it?
Maybe a little bit of both. Before I used to have like a really hard time where I would be like, I would see it as I'm digressing or degressing in like my progress. And now it's like, it is what it is. I'm listening to my body, because even though like I can push myself, but if I know mentally I'm really not here, I'm not going to force it, because then my time is just going to drag. Yeah.
I kind of had the same thought. Like, you know, I go to work and I want to be healthy. I also realize I'm getting older. I want to work out and do things. But then there's times where I really just don't feel like it. Like, couldn't tell why. Like, I ate well, I slept well. Everything points to I should do it.
Yeah.
But then I go through like this idea of like, well, you're a piece of shit if you don't do it. Like the negative self-talk. I kind of do like the negative self-talk to be more positive. Yeah. It's kind of like I say the negative so that I can immediately go to the positive. Yeah. Like, you're a piece of shit if you don't do it. But also you've been doing it like for fucking consecutive months. So maybe like one day is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know, even eating desserts. I'm like, I shouldn't eat a dessert. I'm like, wait, why the fuck not?
No.
There's so many days I don't eat desserts.
Exactly.
Today I do. Fuck you. Me. Like, I'm talking to myself at this point. But yeah, I'm glad that I asked you if you go against what you're telling yourself or how you're feeling, because sometimes it is good to do it, but then there's times where you really just chill.
Yeah.
It's okay to chill.
And you could just find other ways. Like, I remember I was setting such high goals for myself, like close your rings like 5 times out of the week, when it's like I wasn't even my norm wasn't even like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But that was also coming from a space of like being an overachiever and like being able to achieve those goals before, but not factoring like the reality piece of like, bitch, you got a full-time job. Like you have other like you have real life stuff that you like, if you need time to yourself. And another thing, like working through my trauma and like unlearning and healing. Yeah. I realize like I'm a lot more sensitive to shit because of the life that I curated for myself. Like when it comes to like toxic family trauma or not trauma, but like drama or it's like shit that's like used to be so normal, like yelling and like shit talking is like, and not like a, like not like the like play around shit talking, like screaming on the top of your lungs, like
damn.
Yeah. And I'm not like
does
saying,
that still happen today or no?
No.
Okay.
This is like just more like family dynamics, like family against family dynamics.
Like it was normal.
Yeah, and it was like and it shouldn't have been. I think another thing that's normalized too, like going back to like, you know, the like our what's it called? Our elders, right? They came here, they all came together, so that's why they're all so close and why everybody's in everybody's business. They had no boundaries. Yep. But that's why also because they have no boundaries, the drama is so like
without bounds.
It's like it's fucking crazy. Like, and because of the life that I built for myself and the boundaries that I put up, when I get put back in those spaces, because whether it's like we're getting together as a family or whatever, like that shit is like an out of body experience. And then I forget, like, damn, I normalize this or and
like you forgot this fucking shit happened.
Yeah. I realized like going to therapy, going to therapy helped out a lot because it was really fucking with me mentally, where like some shit would happen and I found myself crying like day after day. Like I came back from New York and I was crying. Like there was a situation that happened before I left for New York and I cried. And then like I kind of forgot about it because we were leaving for New York the next day. Yeah. And then we came back and I was fine. But then it was like,
then you thought about it
then
again?
I was like, holy shit, it's back to reality.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, I do such a good job of other things not controlling my life like this, but why does this control me the way it does? And I realized because I have resentment, I have all these other emotions. I'm not talking about it. I'm not working through it. I'm not giving it the awareness it needs for me to work through it. And so I'm like sweeping it under the rug.
You need to give yourself the time to kind of go through it, right? And you just came back from a trip.
Yeah. And then the whole sweeping it under the rug. Where did we learn that from? Like in our family, we never talked about issues. We never talked about like what was wrong. And sometimes too, like, and I don't want to just make this like about my mom thing, because it's like a whole family thing too. It's like we never talked about our issues, or like, even though like my mom claims like, oh yeah, me and my daughter talk, I'm like, no girl, you talked, I listen. What you mean? Like, and there was like this other thing that came up in like a podcast, and they were talking about industry kids, like they're famous kids. They're rappers because their parents are also rappers. And like, T.I.'s son, like how he's pretending, or not pretending, but like he wants to be hood so bad.
Oh my god!
When he grew up in this like gated community, and another perspective they shared was what their childhood is to them is
to them is trauma.
Is different from what it is to you. Like you might be thinking like, they had such a good childhood because their childhood was so much better than yours, or you weren't seeing X, Y, and Z, or you thought they were just being like Maarte or whatever. Like
just because they're rich doesn't mean they had it all. A lot of people that are rich actually have more problems, like more money, more problems. But I was gonna say something. It's like then I got distracted with T.I.'s kids. I just had like this idea like he has a kid. I guess he's old.
He has hella kids.
But yeah, no, fucking yeah. Giving yourself the time to kind of go through the motions. I'm kind of going through similar ideas of like, I saying no.
Yes.
Like literal like, yeah, I know like boundaries is like the 2023 2024 kind of like topic, but yeah, like not saying yes to everything and not feeling like you have to do everything, but like really like picking and choosing where your energy goes and to who they go to. Are you charging your own batteries from people that you hang out with, or are you just hanging out with people that drain yours? Like, I know there's like a big part of me that wants to like be there for everybody or help everyone, but you like realistically you can't. And then you find yourself at the end of the day just like,
what's left for you?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah,
like,
you can't pour from an empty cup. As
there it is.
As corny as it is, or as like
po up,
or as overused or outplayed that phrase is. It's true because I had the same thing, like the same realization of like saying no to things, and I was about to say if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. Yeah. Because once again, coming from like a big family and like, you know, like it's hard to say no, or it's just been normalized to like always help. And I think that's always been me. Like I've always been the person who I don't mind helping. I like to help. And at one point I was like, I'm doing so much for people who wouldn't do it.
I was also the family helper.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not to say
I didn't get rewarded at all.
And I hate saying it like that because it's not like I did it to be rewarded or for like.
But you wanted to feel appreciated a little bit, right?
Yeah, so it's like that. Like I'm doing things for people who wouldn't appreciate it the way other. It became
an expectation rather than an appreciation.
Yes, where it was like, bruh, like.
You know what I did? I just stopped doing the things that they asked me.
Yeah, I stopped. No, I stopped now. Like I was like, hell no, I barely have time to myself. Like I pick and choose now, like who I give my energy to, what. And it's just like if it's more work or more draining for me to stay in this relationship with you, and it's not like an equal effort put in, why am I gonna continue having this relationship or continue putting in this effort just to get like this mediocre like friendship back?
We're here for the ROIs. You know,
what's that?
Return on investment.
Oh wow.
I don't like to think of friendships that way, but like if there really is no like not even
it's an energy thing, just to get from an energy standpoint, right? Like
not even just like a return on investment, but like a little dividend, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I put in a certain percent, maybe I get like a 1% back, but like you're not gonna give nothing.
Like if I'm constantly the one who's asking you to hang out, making plans, sending memes, like this is starting to feel like
sending memes is a fucking form of friendship.
But like if you are, yes it is, yes it is. But I'm saying like if I'm the one constantly doing it and thinking of you, and I start to, and this is something that I'm trying to work on too, is like finding that balance of like not making it to the extreme or taking it to the extreme. But it's like if I'm the one constantly doing that and I see myself doing that, like when do you ever think of me?
Right. Damn. It's fucked up. I'm like, as you say that, I'm thinking, do I send everybody memes? And then I think of like somebody we know that I don't ever hang out with on my own. Like, shout out fucking Roberto.
Oh, he doesn't even live here.
Fucking Poppy, dude.
Dude,
we send each other
Roberto.
the most hellacious memes. Just terrible. If the FBI could see what we send each other, we're like, we're going to hell. But that's kind of like our friendship. Like, we just like, dude, you're like this. Nah, you're like this.
Roberto.
This is you, fool.
Roberto is like the most like how like
I can count on 3 fingers how many times we've hung out. It's 3 times.
So for the longest
but
time,
our memes energy is so good.
The longest time
shit.
when we were all in office, I thought like, oh, this motherfucker ain't not fucking with us. He's just to himself in and out. And then like once he started becoming cool and hanging out, I was like, dude, you're hella cool. Like, why do you keep to yourself? Like,
Get that money.
And then when we would like he joined my team and we would hella talk and shit, I was like, bro, you're hella funny. Like he'd be saying some out of pocket shit.
Yeah.
And I was just
That's
like,
so funny.
damn, you would never expect it. But
the best Roberto memory is still the fake birthday.
Yes.
Fake birthday bit was so good. Didn't even like at the time when we started, like we said, surprise, it's not his birthday.
You guys did Julie so dirty.
I didn't even know it was fake. I believed it. I was like, it's Roberto's birthday. We're getting everybody together. This is awesome. Julie made like a fucking punch. She made a bunch of cupcakes.
She made that cake
She
and
did.
it said happy birthday. Y'all should be feel so bad. Who said that?
It
Who
was
said
Justin and Roberto.
Wow.
But I also feel like this
It'd be
was
your
like
own.
I also feel like this was like revenge on those times that Julie was like, I gotta tell you something, guys. I can't tell you here, so we're gonna have to go somewhere and tell you.
Wait, what?
Like she said she used to do this, and I do remember this. She was like, hey, I have some news. Like, can we like hang out after work?
And there
we'd be
was
like-
no news?
We'd be like, what is it? He goes, oh, I'm just kidding. I just wanted you guys to hang out with me. Like, what the fuck? Like, just wanted you guys to drink. Like, I just wanted to do happy hour. Like, that's a great fucking bit. Like,
Yeah.
you get everybody together just to drink.
Honestly, this group
Is
of
that not a friend?
coworkers-
That's a friend.
That is a friend. This
Yeah.
group of coworkers were like the best to hang out with. Like
We had
happy-
everybody. We had every dynamic.
We did.
Yeah.
It was so funny because, like, okay, so we had like our inner circle of group.
Did
right?
we?
Yeah.
Was I in it?
Bitch.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding?
Just kidding.
Were you
I was
in
the
it?
ringleader. No, I'm just kidding. I was not the ringleader.
Yeah, it's like the usual people, you know, like, oh, hey, if
Yeah.
somebody's going away, are you going? I was like,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
yeah.
if you go.
I always called it the A's and the B's. We had A team and we had B team. And one time you motherfuckers left me with B team. I was like, what? Where's who? Where is everybody? And I'm not going to say who was there, but you weren't there.
I think I had something. That's why I
Julie
couldn't go.
wasn't there.
I remember that. I had something.
Justin wasn't there. And I'm just like, the fuck is this?
It's like times like those, like, because I would, in situations where it's like not my people who are there, and then you force yourself to get drunk, and then you regret forcing yourself getting drunk or going out. Did you feel that way?
That was exactly my night. You guys ditched me. It was like a prank. I was like, okay, where's the cameras? Where's everybody coming out?
Where's Ashton?
Just kidding. Dude, I will give you the names of the people who attended this thing, and you're going to later after this.
Wait, I remember
I'm not gonna do it
this.
here.
I remember this. But I forgot whose it was and who. I have an idea of who was there. I have an idea. Yeah.
It's traumatizing.
But yeah.
What an experience. Who created that group chat and who fucking added me and pretended like they were going to go? That was so mean. I was like, yeah, it sounds like everybody. But it was everybody but.
No, I think I was very open about, like, I said I wasn't going to go. I say when I'm not
That was
gonna
very
go.
normal for you then. But I thought everybody else could have done it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not mad at you.
Hey,
It was probably Orange Theory that night.
No, it wasn't. I couldn't afford it back then.
For real?
Yeah, hell no.
No, the Orange Theory. I thought you meant going out. I was like, if that's the case,
No.
we could have gotten bottle service.
Oh
whatever.
my god, I remember people thought like me and Julie didn't like each other. Yeah, because I guess like the way that we are in office, like we were in different teams, so we didn't really talk to each other or like right.
You guys' personalities were very intense in their own way.
Yeah.
So maybe people just thought like they're too intense.
Dude,
They probably wouldn't get along.
there was like this situation with not situation, but
You
like
guys are both kind of buff.
I think she's buffer than me though.
Well, now she is.
I feel like how I am now is where Julie was when she first started lifting.
If you dated a freaking Google coach, shout out Luke, what's up?
What I do?
Kicking my ass. You would also be, trapping. Like, straight up traps.
You know, the reason I became a lot more consistent too was because of Mikey.
Yeah?
Yeah, like
That's good.
he lifts a lot. It's funny because so Mikey, my boyfriend, and then my Orange Theory coach, his name is also Mikey, but
Mikey.
he's a Mikey.
Mikey.
Shout out Mikey.
Ooh.
He If you're ever your first class is free.
For real?
Yeah. If you ever want to come downtown Oakland, dude, it's like a club in there.
You say Oakland?
So he does it in two places. He does it in San Francisco
I'll
and
go to San
Alameda.
Francisco. I'll go to Alameda.
But he's leaving Alameda and going to Oakland. And I'm like, bitch, you're gonna have me follow you because I'm not crossing
We
the
gotta
bridge.
go to Oakland, get our cars broken into.
No, there's a
just to do the-
garage. There's a
okay.
garage, and there's like a beauty bar there for afterwards when you're sweaty, and you can like put. They have stuff
do
for
that
your
too well.
skincare.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually look at your stories. I'm like, oh, that's what's in skincare right now.
Yeah, dude,
Interesting.
it's cool. Like, it's fun. We actually became homies with him. We've been to brunch with him. We hung out. Yeah.
It ain't real until
And-
you're brunching.
And then he's like
pretty
told
real.
us like the tea on some shit. Sometimes they'll have like because they really try to build a community. So there's like these challenges. So there's this one called the Transformation Challenge that happens like after like the holidays because obviously New Year, New Me. And so they'll just do like, oh, we're gonna have like a end of the year, like the end of event party, and he'd be like, oh, just come through, like. And it was funny because we did go to an event, and we pretty much just kicked it with him the whole time. He's like, oh my god, thank God. I was like, I knew you were one of us.
It's like, I knew we would click. That's nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't have any of those. Like, I don't befriend coaches. I kind of, in everything in life, like I told you at work, I kind of like I fly low.
Yeah.
I say like kind of crazy shit sometimes and see who kind of gets the humor. But most of it is for me just because I find it entertaining. But yeah, it doesn't attract a lot of people. The crazy talk. Like,
I think it's meant for certain like.
yeah. It's kind of like that's my web. That's my net. It's not for everybody.
No, but you
pretty
don't want to be
big.
for everybody.
It's a big whole net.
You don't want to be for everybody.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you. I mean, I coughed.
Oh shit. It sounded like a sneeze.
Dude, I realized that too. That like a lot of people think like my cough is a sneeze.
Is that a Stanley?
No, it's a fake one, but it's a
Nice.
40 ounce because Stanley doesn't make a 40 ounce, and I
There's-
refuse to go to a 30 because it's or a 20 or
I
one
refuse.
Of those.
I refuse to go Stanley.
I don't want to
I'm Costco. I'm the double deal.
because if you
orange
lose
and
it,
blue.
I was too for the longest time, but then they stopped selling the size that I like.
The Stanley one or the
No,
Costco
I
one?
refuse to the Costco
Good.
one because I do 40 ounce and I time it. I drink a lot of water, so I know if I get like a 30, like if I drink this, if I'm driving back home, I know I'll have enough water that by the time I get there, I can refill. Or if I like am sleeping,
Yes.
and I drink water, I'll have enough the next morning.
The
But if I go
perfect-
down,
the perfect alarm clock, drinking water
Yes.
before you sleep.
yes,
You will fucking. Oh shit! I gotta go.
yeah, I had to stop doing like I would purposely like hold it so like when I would go wake up in the morning and then it started to hurt, so I was like I should probably stop doing
I would
that.
drink like before. I would drink like 8 of those a day.
That's good.
That's too much. It's problematic.
Is that 8?
To me, it was problematic because I would forget to pee before just like doing another activity. Like, let's say I'm at work, it takes me 40 minutes. If I didn't pee before I left work, it was an almost piss my pants,
Yes.
like in traffic.
Yes.
Like, this hurts.
Oh, that's me.
I peed in a bottle once. Like, no joke. It, like, hopefully nobody sees this, but
Who gives a fuck?
yeah. Letting your brain pee inside of a car, not the easiest mental thing to get
I
through.
feel like that's very like when your foot is on the like
Yeah. I'm legit driving.
and then like if your cars aren't tinted and then you got a whole
They're a little tinted.
oh, okay.
But I'm just like, no trucks coming in, right? Because they can like look down
I
into
was
my
like,
car.
"That motherfucker, you peeing?"
Yeah. But no, what a weird, sweet release. You're in a car. It's clean-ish. And then you're peeing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, your brain is like fucking trained not to do this. I was like, that was so weird.
Yeah. I'm like that where it's like I have to go before I leave the house because by
Yeah.
the time because I know how much water I drink that once I get to my like destination I'm gonna need to go. And the one time I fucking hated and ever since then I was like no, you need to go to the bathroom before Mikey and I had dinner. I left San Mateo, and I'm like, cool, like San Mateo back to the East Bay is like 25 minutes, whatever. Right when I got to the fucking bridge, like literally the entrance, like the build up to the bridge, it's at a stop. And I timed it so once I got home, I could just go. And I just got into the accident just fucking happened.
Oh, shit.
And I was pissed because I was like,
Literally.
because it was like, I was like, oh my God, like I timed this shit because I knew once I got home.
What is your time limit?
What is that drive? Like 35 minutes?
Dude, it's too much water.
Yeah.
I think you're too hydrated.
I noticed too, have you heard of the three drink theory?
No.
So you have water, coffee, and tea, or some kind of variation of that. You have like, and sometimes I'll end up having like all of them, or like soda, right? Like if I'm hella hungover, or if I'm like bloated or whatever, water, because I always drink water, so whatever. Soda is to help with like just the carbonation, and then the tea is because it's
soda
like
water
hot.
or just soda,
soda, and then I'll have
like Coca-Cola.
Sprite. Yeah, Sprite is actually good when you're sick too.
But do you know how much sugar is in Sprite?
No, but I don't drink it enough to
so
care.
much. I'm just like, Sprite is like my go-to. I'm at fast food. I'm at Jack in the Box because fuck, I need that shit, and I get the Sprite. But I've also seen a can of Sprite.
The small one?
No, just like the American.
The regular one.
The
right?
American
Yeah,
can.
not the mini, like the regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
46 grams of sugar.
Holy shit.
Fuck. That's
Added?
more than Coca-Cola.
Added?
All of it.
Oh my God.
And for sure, I don't trust the whole like, this is sugar-free. It's like, sugar-free? How?
And it's actually bad for you.
I don't trust it because they're using some other fucking chemical to sweeten it that our body does not know what to do with.
It just tastes nasty.
I don't even know.
I can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I do it once in a while, but when I have a soda, I'm crying because I can't handle the carbonation. That's how long it's been sad as well. It's just like, it's so good. And the sugars. Like, fuck.
What's it? When I'm really, really hungover, have you ever had those hangovers where like water tastes disgusting? Have you ever had that? Where like water doesn't taste good?
Just any liquid is poison.
No, it like for me it's just water. Like it usually, and I love like cold ice water. It tastes, and like the only thing I could take down was like Gatorade or Sprite. And so now I've added Sprite into like my hangover routine.
I thought you Gatorade. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
So you really get hangovers?
Yeah, dude.
I only done it once, like an extreme hangover.
Really?
And it was I didn't even know there was a name for it, but it was a Blackout Wednesday.
Like,
that's a thing. The day before Thanksgiving. The night before Thanksgiving. Everybody's back in town.
Oh, yeah.
The boys are back.
No, not even the boys. Anybody. Like, I'm back in Southern California. I'm about to have a kid.
Oh.
I'm telling everybody that it's going to be a boy. And everybody's just like buying me the drinks.
Oh, this is with Mio.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Riley.
This is before he was born. So I was in Southern California. I hit up every bar that, I used to visit. Every bar that I went to, I had a friend there. I was wearing a fucking matching tracksuit that my friend just got me that day. And I thought, I'm going to wear this tonight. Yeah. It was a stupid, like, of course, the tracksuit also brought unwanted attention. Yeah, it was a good day. We did bro brunch and into the night, into the early morning, and I ended up like falling into the middle of the street while trying to cross it. I remember peeing openly. Like, you're so drunk that you don't even look for the corner or a bush anymore. You're so fucked up. You just like close your eyes and just pee out into somebody's lawn. That's how fucked up I was. Also, how fucked up I was, I tried to start a fight. I was like, yes, my first fight, my first victim.
Perfect time.
It's gonna happen. I'm shit-faced and I want the smoke. This guy, I don't know what I said. I must have said something to this guy. Like, I'm not saying it's all his fault, but motherfucker swiped the drink from my hand.
Yeah.
And I played it cool. I was like, that's fine. I'm just going to go buy another drink. I'm fucking rich. I told him that. And I thought he was going to say something, but he was just like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I think he said something about my wife. And I was just like, that's when I was like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, Hawk, the biggest loogie, the most nasal loogie in his fucking face. Spit in his fucking face. Like, how close? I was closer to him than I am to you right now.
Hawk the loogie.
Spit in his fucking face. And I'm thinking, this is it. This is it. Just so happens my fucking friend who worked at the bar saw that. He's like, oh, put his fucking cigarette out. He goes, okay. And I was like, no, come, let's fucking go, you know? Didn't happen. He's like, you gotta go. And I'm like, I'm 86. So I fucking like left there. And then soon after, that's when I fell into the street. But yeah.
Wow.
The day after, you know how everybody goes to church?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving to family time. It took me the entire day to be okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I skipped church. My parents.
Well, they were pissed.
Oh, they weren't.
Oh.
They weren't. I thought I'm gonna be in so much trouble. I even threw out half in, half out of my car. I was shit faced. Got to my front door, and
You drove home?
I didn't drive home. No,
Oh.
Yana drove.
I was
She was pissed. She was pissed at me, and I understand. I was like, "Why are you so mean?" You know, like that drunk. And I'm like, "Why are you going so fast?" You look over, it's only 30 miles an hour, but it feels like you're in fucking hyperspace, right? So I get home, and like my body is going through like it's exorcism, right? So I'm fucking throwing up. It's hot. I'm sweating. Being outside is fucking sweet because it's cold. So I'm like, I'll just be here for a while, like on the curb, just like knowing like I need to be here to throw all of this up before I go inside. All I just remember is like Yana talking to somebody. I was like, uh-oh. Look over. It's like my dad. He's like, hi, Anak. Are you okay? And I'm like, nope. And I'm like, sorry,
no.
I'm really drunk. He's like, it's okay. Let's go inside. Let's go. I'm like, no, I just stay out here. I'm good. And I love my dad for this because he was like, no, let's go.
Aww.
And then he like helped me up, and I'm just like, this is my first time ever being drunk in front of my parents, by the way.
What? This is so crazy because
And-
we were friends.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking this was like when you started your story, and
No.
like, I didn't know you yet.
No, you knew me. This is who I am.
This was like you said I went back home. I thought like college.
No. So I ended up locking myself in the bathroom for like most of the night until somebody started pounding on the door, and I woke up like kind of like next to the toilet, like, I actually feel a little bit better, like good enough to not be in the bathroom. So yeah, I ended up just sleeping on the couch with a trash can next to me. And then I was thinking like, oh man, I gotta go fucking church tomorrow. This is gonna suck. But they totally let me just stay, and they're like, no, you're not going to church. Probably because I look like fucking death. Yeah. They didn't want to probably explain it to the other parishioners like, yeah, he had too much fun last night. But to this day, Yana was really so pissed at me at that time. It was hilarious because she had to go to church with my parents. And I got to stay in the fucking couch like, water is gross. Like, straight up couldn't drink. Gatorades only.
Oh man. Yeah. I remember you were hella drunk this one time. We went it was one of those like the arcade games.
Yes.
Or arcade bars. And this dude was stealing like depending on like the type of drink you got, there was like the way they presented it. He has it.
It's up there.
So depending on what drink you got, there was they did like a little display or spin to it. So
the double dragon.
He got this thing with fucking teacups.
This drink was made for 2 people.
No, wait. The way that they put these cups, right? Like, it's like when you go to a diner, and you remember, like, at the diners, they would have the little holder things for the ketchup and the mayo or whatever, the
I was
mixture.
in. I loved it.
So they put the
It's fucking
2,
so extra.
like, teacups in this thing.
So it's like a soy sauce holder.
Deliver it to us. And, like, this motherfucker drank 2 for 1.
Both of them.
And
it was supposed to be shared, and they literally said you can only drink this if it's for 2. And I was like,
he was yes.
Straws in both of them.
So he like picks up the cup. He's like already drunk, and then he puts it back in the holder, and then he holds it by the little
silver
ring
thing,
piece.
yeah.
Yeah, the little, and he's like,
did I really do that?
yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure I could find a video, but he then
There's a video?
I'm pretty sure because
God damn, we gotta send these.
I have videos and pictures. Yep.
Oh, you're the receipt lady. I forgot. That was
yeah.
like your quote. Like, I keep receipts.
I'm the queen of receipts.
The
Oh
queen
my
of
god,
receipts.
that's funny you said that because I said that to my
Recently.
like I had a company dinner, and this is like we all work
Oh my god.
like remotely, so this was our first time going, and I was like, holy shit, this is my first time going to a team dinner where we
In person.
this is our first time meeting. Yeah, and so I'm like, oh shit, like I'm gonna be sober. They got like the dude, one of the managers, he got like a beer, and someone got a wine, but like I got like shy, and I was like, oh never, and I came late too, so I was like, okay, never mind, like I'm not gonna ask for shit. But
So you didn't drink?
no, but
Oh.
it was just like it was like on a random ass day. I think it was like on like a Tuesday or some shit.
Club going up.
Yeah, no, we were at like a
Tuesday.
brewery in Mountain View or some shit. Like it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's one somewhere.
It was definitely not. It was further down the street from Sports Page or whatever.
Oh.
I forgot what it's called. Something Stern Grove. Something.
Kyle,
I don't know. Actually.
you look like you enjoy breweries.
Well, I do, but I can't. I
Oh,
can't
it's a
place
beer
this one.
garden. Sorry,
Oh,
a
the
beer
beer
there we go.
garden.
Oh, Stein's.
Yes.
right here.
Yeah, that's where we went. Yeah. Well, that
We
was
could literally walk there tonight. We're probably gonna go there
It's
tonight.
probably gonna happen. yeah.
that was I never like that was my first time going to an event sober, like a work event, because either we like got drunk because they were taking us out, or yeah.
I do regret missing the one when like Ron and Nisha had like an interaction. What was that? There was like a weird interaction between the two.
Wait, no, it wasn't Ron. It was Vicente.
Was it Vicente?
Where yeah.
Well,
oh, I
Ron
got-
always said some shit about Nisha. That's hilarious.
I got fucked up that night. I threw up in the bathroom.
Oh shit! Oh, that's where you want to do it.
And who helped take care of Julie was there, and then what's her face? She worked with she worked with Leonard.
Nicole?
Yes.
Oh gosh,
She got me water.
that's nice of her.
Dude, I was a hot mess back then. I should have not been drinking like that. And I drove.
Oh
Yeah.
well,
Not drove.
count our prayers. We don't do that no more.
Oh, yeah,
we're
I
too,
don't-
We're too adult for that.
Dude,
shit,
I can't
man.
believe the shit I used to do before, like I thought, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. And I'm like, dude, that was really dangerous, because now I'm like,
Good. I mean, some people don't grow out of it, and some people just keep doing it. So I'm really glad you're introspective enough to kind of review and like,
yeah.
maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Like
Dude,
we're upgrading, we're
Yeah.
leveling up.
I think also what it was too was when it started to become real was twice I was the passenger princess and these events were pretty like close together. And the person driving, like we were both drinking and like they got pulled over. And I was like, holy shit, if this is not a sign from God or the universe, like what are the chances that I'm fucking passenger?
Are they okay? Were
Oh
they
yeah, they were good. They were good. We got. I just pretended I was asleep the whole time, like, cause then you could
like your fucking parents came home and
like
you
I was-
pretended like you were asleep. Why
the
did we do
scene-
that?
So the first time, like the dude was like, cause
Gonna need your IDs.
like the first time, like
What
my
the
ex was
fuck?
driving the car, And so I just stayed quiet. Like I was like feet down. I was like on my side, and I was like, okay, whatever, because then at least I can play it off. But I guess I didn't think about how it looks. Like, oh, because the guy goes, "Is she okay?" Like, oh,
shit! Yes, officer, I'm fine.
like, oh my god, like what if he thinks I'm like roofied or some shit?
God
yeah,
damn.
that shit.
I wouldn't even think that.
Yeah, that, and then another time was with my homegirl, and we're very the same when we're partying. We know like only one of us tends to not both of us cannot get fucked up at the same level, because then the world, it just doesn't.
Don't you love it when they announce it too?
What?
Like it's like, I'm gonna get fucked up tonight.
No, but that's the funny
nice.
part is like sometimes we'll say
It's not
that.
gonna be me.
Sometimes we'll say that, and then it's the other one who like gets fucked up. But then usually we don't even say it. We just wait. Like who's gonna get there first?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, I gotta pull back.
I see Kyle smirking over there, because I know Kyle's been there on a couple nights in a row, where it's like, I don't know, for some reason, like we just went out to drink, and every time like randomly like, hey, my sister's gonna come, and I'm like, I'm fucked up and I'm gonna meet new people today. I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm not normally not like this. Blah, blah, blah. Like I'd come with like an explanation, because I'm probably gonna be fucking rude or something, and then a whole nother day I'll be like fucked up again, and guess who's coming? Kyle's sister. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I think that happened 3 times, and then one time I hung out with her sober. I was like, hey, today I am not gonna be like the other times you've met me, and I'm gonna remember who you are. No, I just thought, like, did you think that was hilarious? Like, Kyle just has this friend that's trashed all the fucking time.
I mean, she fucking loved you, man. She wants to be on the podcast. So.
I can't wait. Yeah.
And then he's gonna be
Shout out
like,
Megan Viña.
He's like episode 13.
Yeah, a future episode.
Yeah, no. I just, yeah.
We should do a parlay on it. What episode number is this?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll probably be like a siblings podcast.
This is 7. She's probably gonna be like 10 or something, probably.
Yeah, we got to do a glizzy trip down to
Oh
LA.
yes, we have a glizzy group chat, and
Like
it's just
hot dogs.
yes,
Yep.
it's just a group chat of hot dog lovers sending hot dog memes, hot dog anything like related. Does that look like a hot dog? It fucking should be.
Like the hot dog eating contest shit.
It's like, I know this isn't a hot dog, but it's dick shaped, so it counts. Yeah.
Just
Like
street meat.
like yes. I think it's because we were so fucked up, and every time we're like, we need the hot dog.
The dirty dogs are the one.
Yeah, that's it.
One time I hella wanted one, right? And Mikey's like, I don't know where to go. I was like, I'm gonna Yelp a club. I'm gonna Yelp a club.
What?
Cause that's where they are.
Yeah, anywhere.
Right?
Yeah.
So I Yelped it.
Were you not already at the club?
No, because I think we just went to dinner or some shit. Or we went to a bar. Oh, we went to a friend rented out like a bar for their birthday.
Oh, shit.
And so we just wanted to like. I was like, okay, I'm done. We don't want to spend no more money. I'm ready to go home, but I'm also hungry.
There's $9 more for the hot dog.
And then so I was like, okay, I want a dirty dog. Like he's like, where do we go? I was like, I'm gonna Yelp. I felt so like I was hella drunk, and I just felt like I'm so smart. I'm gonna Yelp a club. And then it was fucking Temple SF. So
Yes,
like if you
course.
guys ever been, yeah. And this lady, she knew what she is a veteran there because
Fucking tongues.
that. But nah, she had a fucking like a tent, like when you tailgate tent up.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, she knows it. I'm going to her.
Yeah.
So got me 2 dirty dogs. And
2.
yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
I was hella.
wow.
All right, props.
Application
I've
is now
never-
open.
All right, Julie. No, not Julie. Faith. Possible glizzy chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Hell yeah. I've only done one because for some reason I get brave enough to be like, make it spicy.
What? Dude, when they say everything on it, the onions,
Sometimes it's just like, that's too much.
I don't think I do jalapenos though.
That habanero.
Yeah, I can't do that.
When it's that orange sauce and they go, it's good, but it's not good later.
What do you feel about like mayonnaise on it?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Do you like it?
Throw anything on it. To be
Everything.
honest.
Because there's people who don't like mayonnaise, and then they think like it it definitely doesn't belong on a hot dog.
When you're drunk as motherfucking shit, the dirty dog should not be fucking picked at.
The dirty dog is busted
The
when you're
only
drunk.
option is, do you want your asshole to hurt later or not? That's it.
I'm not
Spicy
there.
or
You know,
not?
I've heard friends who are saying that now that like when they eat spicy shit, it hurts their ass.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I'm not there yet. And I hope I don't get there.
You probably just don't have GI issues like a lot of people do, probably.
Like hot Cheetos, I was like, holy shit.
Hot Cheetos don't bother me.
No, like I have friends who said like now it does. Yeah.
Pussies. I'm just kidding.
I've been on my cooking shit, and I've been working on like doing a lot of like Korean food. So
Korean?
so like my kimchi tofu soup, bodied it.
Ooh.
The secret is to let that bitch marinate.
Were you surprised that they use a version of like shrimp paste?
In kimchi soup?
Like sundubus?
What
You know
is-
the tofu soups? The soft tofu?
What?
You never done sundubu?
No. Or I
It's
don't
that
know.
clay pot
Oh yeah.
where they have like the soft tofu and you break an egg in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that's what it's called.
Sundubu.
You know, Mikey be ordering for me.
I love food, so like if I were to ever go somewhere and like need to order it,
Yeah, you
I would
need to.
love to know the name of it.
I'm
I
a
just, like,
picture person.
Bibimbap. Oh, you're like, I want D5. Jeez.
Or like I got like you know places like that where it's D5. I'm like, okay, I need to see what it looks like because
Yeah.
sometimes like the description of it is like different than what you think it would be.
Yeah.
You know?
I try to say it. Sundubu.
Yeah.
Bibimbap. Bibimbap's easy to make too. It's essentially just a fucking like a caveat of a lot of grilled veggies that gochujang that lasts years. You can get a tub of it. You just fucking throw that shit in.
That's how
Sesame
you say
oil.
it.
Gochujang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know how to say it. I just would like
Get
okay,
that shit and fry an egg. That's it.
I bought it. So Trader Joe's has like been having hella shit. But a lot of their like Asian stuff is like hit or miss. Like their sesame oil.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
fucking
get
know.
it. I
The
got it.
kibimbap is not bad.
I have that on my list. I
not bad.
haven't seen it, but the what you said, the goju whatever.
Gochujang?
Yeah.
Gochujang?
That one. I don't know.
H Mart.
Yeah, I need to try it somewhere else because like
Yeah.
I don't know if this is what it's supposed to taste like.
It's supposed to taste a little bit funky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is kind of fermented.
Yeah.
Most things, but
One of my friends made their own kimchi.
that's scary. It was good.
Yeah, we did a collab. She made the kimchi, and I made the kimchi fried rice.
I'll do the collab. You make the kimchi, and I'll consume the kimchi and go.
Okay, next time, next when we get like when we have a reunion, we
I'm
should have a
fucking getting
friends
hungry.
reunion. A friends reunion.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't been to a reunion or a reason to wear a suit in a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Like, hey, people getting married,
What?
you're going to be married. Yeah, I better be invited. Like, all my friends are psychopaths and they're not getting married. Sorry, Kyle. I'm with you, but
Yeah, it's all good.
no, like nobody's getting married. Like, Kevin, he's not gonna get married. Sorry, what's up, Kevin?
Leonard
watching this.
got
Leonard.
engaged, and he has a baby. I was like, this whole time, wait, what has he been dating?
I don't know.
He's so private. You know how I feel like we all like he also was part of our group, but I felt like I didn't know he kept a lot of things to himself.
I mean, I would ask him questions.
yeah,
I think Leonard should come to the podcast. Now.
yeah. Come to the podcast.
That would be a nice opening of like peel that back.
yeah,
I knew he liked food as much as I did.
yeah.
I knew that he
was
had a
just-
faster metabolism than I did because he was in great shape, and I was like, man, what the fuck?
Leonard was like he kept to himself, but like if you talk to him, he would like it was an enjoyable conversation and like interaction.
Very insightful too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you would just think like, judging a book by its cover, like when you see him and you're like, oh, he probably keeps to himself. Like he's a
He went. Last time I saw him was Julie's going away dinner.
How was that?
It was good. Yeah. I almost didn't go to the dinner just because I was like, it was one of those days where I think I was coming in late and I was like, I just saw Julie. I don't need to go to the dinner. I could just like hang out after.
Yeah.
But then like Deo hit me and was like, hey man, you're not coming to the dinner? What the fuck? What are we doing this?
You were also hosting at your house, so like.
Yeah, I was like hosting people to come over after.
Oh.
Thank you. I forgot about that. I was like, I need to do stuff. Like my mind was just everywhere. But they were like, we're gonna be late anyway, just come.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So I went and I was like kind of glad that I did because Leonard was there. I was like, dude, what's up? Yeah.
You're like, sad, dude.
Yeah, he was like the person I haven't seen the most out of everybody.
Can't believe he's gonna be a dad.
Wow, Daddy Lenny.
And he's engaged.
That's cool. I want to know everything.
Me too.
I want to know that love
He
story.
came out the cut.
Like, was it like a while that they were together? I just knew he had a dog.
Me too.
That's all I knew.
Me too. That's why I was like, damn, dude.
You just
Who else?
sometimes you just don't know the people that you think you do.
I know.
We're talking about him like he's a serial killer, but he's getting married. It's
Who else?
We would have never guessed.
Armand, have you?
Armand, I never see him. Of course I see him. All the time. That's my tennis buddy now.
Oh shit!
We play tennis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not pickleball.
No.
No, not pickleball.
That's a hobby.
Armand's my roommate.
What?
Also, shout out Armand's episode 6.
Episode 6.
See,
Yeah.
timestamps. Timestamps.
You didn't watch Armand's episode?
I watch your clips. I'm gonna subscribe.
I am a terrible like social whatever link person. People are like, I can't find you. I'm like, I know. I need to like up the things I write in the description so I become more searchable.
Yeah, you could use like tiny URL to shorten it. Too.
Yeah. I don't know how to use tiny URL.
I got you,
Okay.
boomer.
I know what a boomer is. What the
Just
hell?
kidding.
Jesus.
Dude, what like a very like I get millennial joke I find funny is like when we call each other boomers or calling people boomers who
It's
aren't
the
boomers.
most fucking horrific.
It's a disrespectful
Insult.
thing.
I mean, I gave you like the triple look. Like,
No,
What did you call me?
so like I call my brother that.
it just hurts. Because like everybody has an image of what a boomer looks like.
Yeah, but I think because the way that we say it,
hurts.
like it's like to everything. Like we said it one time, like in our cousin group chat. My cousin was like, "Can you bring mini like what is that when you go camping, the stools, the foldable stools?" He was like, "Can you bring those mini foldable stools to Disneyland?" And I'm over here like, "Oh, this motherfucker cannot stand. He wants to sit down." Like, oh, okay.
That is
and then I'm thinking like, I'm pretty sure you can't because like I'm trying to get all technical because they did this shit with the strollers. Like they didn't allow certain strollers in.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just put myself out of my misery and Google it. And I was like, oh, I was right. And I went back. I was like, no, boomer.
No, boomer, not allowed. Damn. That's fucked up.
But it's like I feel like it depends, like who you say it to.
I haven't said anything that kind of like made me an old person.
I
But
think it's just along the lines.
hearing
like,
it is just like, damn, I am old.
like even it's just like Instagram shit, like Instagram updates, like you know how before if you wanted to do like a space on like your Instagram,
You had to press period, enter, period,
yes,
enter.
and then so my brother was like, oh, there's a way now, and I was like, oh.
You just hit enter.
No, he said you have to do it on your notes. You write your caption on your notes. You copy and paste it over. Yes, but I said the period thing. I was like, oh yeah, it's the period space. Da da da. And then he goes, no. I was like, oh, sorry.
Jesus. Yeah. No, now they allow you to just hit enter.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh wow, they
Yeah.
finally kept up.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
terrible at social media. Like, I don't want to like advertise too much because
Yeah.
I don't want to be an ad person.
Yeah.
But I do want people will like ask me about it. It's like, oh, I've only seen clips. I'm like, where do you put the other ones? I'm like, it's on YouTube. I'm like, oh, where?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a good question.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
thought
it
I
is
was
linked
tripping.
through your
It
Instagram.
is, but it's very like it's just there. But it's
Yeah.
not like I don't constantly let people know. And I think my assumption is people might see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to like do it too much and sound too much like self-promote-y.
Yeah.
I'm
Also, you saying you're not good at social media is a lie. But
I know the inner workings of social media. I don't do it for myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. Yeah, I guess I know how to do it. I don't do it for me because that's not who I am.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
Like,
mean-
if somebody wanted to do it, I'll be like, yo,
Do.
this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Because I don't like to be the forefront of the reason why people do social media.
Yeah.
You know, even this is kind of more like I would never do this by myself.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm very thankful for you guys for being here. And it's just like, I'd never put a fucking camera here and just be like, so guys, don't you hate it when in like, yeah, this happens in life and you just talk to a camera. I can't talk to a camera.
where they like, obviously like it's a podcast and you have to like have the flow like in play when you talk about topics, like if it's about like if it's about like pop culture or whatever's
or like
going
a
on.
dating podcast.
Yeah.
Or
Or like the one that I listen to, it's like it's about the industry and like what's going on. So like they want to naturally go into those conversations, but at the same time they want to hit on like what's the topic.
yeah, like they already have a bullet point that they want to say.
Yeah.
I've seen ones where they're legit reading
like
from
the
a script.
transitions.
Like it all is just clips, and they're like, yeah, and like, don't you think that this is like what it is? Like they're really reading it, and then they look at each other like everything they're saying is so fucking profound.
Reading
And,
a
like,
hot take and then
What the shit? Like do you guys really do this? Like this is
Yeah.
it feels icky. Like
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Like you can feel it's not like that's not really you.
Yeah.
it's not genuine.
Yeah.
Yes. I hate ingenuity. Is that a word?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why there's like some there's just some like podcasts, like you know how like their snippets go viral and then it's like that Bobby girl.
Bobby Altoff, yeah.
Yeah, like I obviously found her through her like Drake and shit
I hate her.
like
With
interview.
the fiery.
But it was just so like I couldn't see it.
Why couldn't you see it?
I don't know. Can you buy me a
I
ticket?
mean, don't you have eyes? What's so funny?
Can you
I want to
buy me-
laugh.
Can
Can
you
you
buy
tell
me
me
a
a joke?
ticket
Can you,
back home? Like
can you tell me a joke? Like, yeah, that's so
She's-
fucking hard to be a bitch. Like,
no, oh no, she was like, can you buy me a ticket back home? He goes, yeah, I can do that. She's like, nonstop. And then because Drake has a song called Nonstop, and he's like, oh, is that like a joke? And I was like,
and you're like,
she's like,
what joke?
no, like, do you really think that like people revolve around you? And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of people like it because one, she's like that natural, like, oh, universal attractive, but like who cares?
I did
Who
enjoy.
gives a shit?
I did enjoy when like, cause she got more like artists onto her platform when they started fucking with her back. Like
Yeah.
one of the Migos.
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I hella enjoyed that. I was like,
I did like the Migos one. That's the only one. And I even blocked her. So the ones that I'm getting are like fan accounts. And I'm like, I'm glad I saw the Migos one. But at that point, I also know it's a bit. It's like, she's not like that. And it becomes like well, I've been like doing this too much. Well, what if they start getting back at me? Yeah, cool. It's a bit.
yeah.
I wouldn't be sad if like she announced that she was no longer doing it. I'd be like nice.
Yeah, there's also like
Awesome.
like a topic about her, like this wasn't even like the venue she wanted to branch into when she first did it. Like she didn't want to become like a podcaster like that. I think she was trying to do something else, but like because of how the direction that she was going in, it like just fit.
I think she just wanted to be famous.
That too.
Because if you didn't want it, why keep doing it?
Yeah. I mean,
Because
the money.
it's getting you views, it's
Yeah.
getting you revenue. You want to be known. I didn't want it like this. Like, who cares?
I think she originally started like on like with Rick Glassman, like, and then I think a really good one to watch is her going on his podcast.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I know you don't, but
I tried. I really tried.
yeah, I like his stuff.
It's not for me. Do you know Rick Glassman? You should try it. That's all I'll say. There's a lot of
Rave
things that
review there.
there's a lot of things that aren't for me. I didn't like Your Mom's House. I love Tom Segura, but I don't like that dynamic of husband and wife just having a podcast together. It's like, honey, tell him what you said to me earlier. It's like, what? It's like, what? Like, why are you just saying, like, to say that funny thing that you said earlier between two people? It's just like, ooh, it feels weird.
Like cringy.
But yeah, I didn't like that one. Plus her comfortability, like Tom Segura's wife, like so comfortable doing like weird Asian accents. Like, ooh, like she's doing that way too comfortably. Like it's totally fine. Like I don't think she's funny enough to pull off accents like that. Bobby Lee, I don't enjoy that much, but Bobby Lee and that other guy, what's his name? I forget. The redhead. They're fucking hilarious together. It's just like they're terrible, but they're terrible in a good way together. And I'm just like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know. Glassman kind of misses for me just because I understand the comedy that he's doing, but for me it's a little bit too asshole.
This him? He got like Harry Potter glasses?
Yeah. It's too mean. It's too dry for me. Like it doesn't feel funny. Like it's just like it to me, like from watching it, I'm like, why is he being a jerk? Like you could be a jerk.
I guess, yeah, it's kind of like a, you got to be in on it kind of thing. And then once you are, it's kind of,
right.
I like it. But.
Maybe it's Miguel's fault because he introduced me as like, oh, dude, this guy's hilarious. Like Rick Glassman, he's like, he's on the spectrum. And I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean it's on the spectrum?
Like on the spectrum?
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, put him on. So I'm like, this is the guy?
Wait, like literally?
Like he's
or
on,
like,
yeah,
okay.
like he's on the spectrum. Like that's like the second thing you find out about this comedian is that like he's okay. And I'm like, I don't see it, but like, is it kind of like that's the funny thing? Is like you can't tell whether is it the spectrum or is it the asshole? Like I don't know. Like to me it just like it was like an ad. It's like you should like him because he is on it, or is it funny because he is and he's doing comedy? Like I don't get it. Like I don't understand it. I would argue that Bobby Lee is on the spectrum, but
I couldn't get into him.
Bobby Lee, yeah, he says some wild shit.
It's very like it just sporadic.
He's a weird guy. Like I've had friends of friends, literally, no pun intended.
Hasn't he got
date him? I've had friends of my friend date him and hear the worst stories, and I'm like,
what?
Ooh,
wait, isn't he
like freaky deaky shit?
Yeah, like hasn't he gotten caught up for shit?
Yeah, like this is not a like this. Like he's part of the whole like wave of comedians. Like we're not clean people. Like we're actually assholes. Like we're just
Damn.
like dark comedy. Like, but that when he's with that other guy, I feel like that other guy really bashes on him. So I'm like, I like that. I like that he makes fun of Bobby's mom. Hi, I'm Bobby Mata. You seen that? What? Okay, we gotta watch that at some point.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, everybody has their own thing, and I'm sure people watch this and go, "Man, it's not fucking funny." Like, I'm not trying to be.
It's not really what it's for.
Yeah.
This is just talking. Maybe it is funny. I don't know.
Like
You guys are
realizing,
hilarious.
I think too, like with this new group of people at work, finding each other's like humor, how, like you know how there's like appropriate work humor, and then when you start being like cool with them, you can send certain like
It's the line.
like me or like gifts, right? And so
GIFs.
oh, is it gifts or gifs? GIFs, yeah.
I'm a giffer.
Is it
It's
gifs?
a GIF.
It's gifs.
People argue GIF more than GIF.
Jif is peanut butter.
That's the argument. But also, giraffe is not giraffe.
It's a better argument.
Oh.
You're making me think now. But yeah.
I just naturally go GIF. I know. I never say. It's the GIF people that attack the GIFs usually. So now I'm attacking the GIFs.
But it's gifts, right?
It is what you want it to be.
It's gifts.
It's gifts. Okay, because I thought for a long time I was second guessing myself. Then I learned the right way. Then you just threw me
There
off.
is no right way. It's perspective.
Also
the guy
true.
who created the GIF calls it the GIF.
Yeah, that is the one wrench in the plans there.
But also then people are like, oh, well, who cares what he created? And I'm like, yeah, who cares? Period. You call it a GIF, and I'll call it a GIF. Just don't get mad at it. I'm giving you shit, but who cares?
Yeah, like sending certain gifts.
GIFs.
God damn it.
Sending it to each other, right? Like
Sorry.
it's different because we don't see each other in person. So like the times that we do like talk,
Yeah.
it's like or like get to know each other is like in those like the little before the meeting starts like banter or
Yeah.
right. And when I remember like I was like, okay, I'm gonna send this meme, but I don't know if anyone will get it or like really understand the reference and how it fits to here.
Yeah.
But when people get it, I'm like, ooh.
Yo, I did the same thing, and our work chat
Yeah.
is like through internal meta, like it looks like Facebook, but it's for work.
What?
So imagine that shit. There's posts, there's chat, but all the posts are about what your team is doing and happy anniversary for this person being in this team for this long.
What?
This is what's for sale, internal sales.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But we have our team group chat, and I'm just like, you know, my manager will say something like, "Hey, we did this," and I'll be like, send a GIF, where the guy's like, you know, nobody does it. My entire team is the driest people on earth. They're so professional.
Yeah.
They're so OG and old. But I'm like, I'm going to fucking start doing memes. I'm going to start doing like reactions to messages. Usually it's just like thumbs ups. But I'm like, I start throwing these.
He's like,
I start throwing like the fucking these.
like the
I start doing the Wu-Tangs. I'm like, let's go. Like, I really just start off, and then you start seeing where you can take the line and see who follows, you know? But nobody follows, really.
dude, it was tight when I saw that. I was like, okay, cool. We got like similar humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the shit. Oh, man. What time is it?
It is. Damn, it's 11:15.
You're lying.
Time flies.
Holy shit.
Dude, when was the last time I was trying to figure that out. When was like
We
the
should end this. Thank
Yeah.
you for joining.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I was like really
This
honored.
is you've broken the record for longest podcast now.
What?
The previous record was 2 hours. I'm pretty sure we're at 3.
Yeah, we've been going.
Holy shit.
Can we get the horn? The
I'll edit it in. It's
Oh, I don't know.
you're like you're doing anyway. Any last words, Faith? Thank you again for coming and gracing us with your presence
Thanks.
and knowledge and yeah. And funny, the first time we met, I learned a lot from you, and now a couple years later, I'm still learning. and I feel really humbled and blessed by your presence.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I feel really honored. I was like, wow, like this is the real deal. Like this setup. I know you're doing it for fun, but that's cool. Like you're making the effort to do something for yourself that's like back to your passion.
Yeah, it's the thing that I have enough bandwidth to do. Not really like film was like storytelling.
Yeah.
Right. You're telling a story by holding a camera and kind of showing people what you want them to feel. Whereas this is it's kind of hitting the notes of like the creative things that I enjoyed previously, but it's also the easiest thing. So we're like legitimately telling stories.
Yeah.
Without doing the storytelling.
No, it's
So,
cool, dude. I'm proud
I
of you.
enjoy it. Thank you. I couldn't do it without you guys. Like, you guys keep this going, and whoever keeps wanting to do it, hit me up, and in a couple of years you'll come back and talk more. And yeah, as long as I have you guys as friends, we can keep this shit going.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll be more than happy to come back. I really think we should do a Friends reunion.
We should do.
And then we should do like the Friends intro.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. The one where they reunite.
Yeah. And we were like,
Yeah.
what was it? I forgot.
There was that one too. All right.
But no.
There it is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Rhonda, for not knocking down anything. And me and Kyle are probably going to go drink now.
Cool.
If it's still in the cars, I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, I gotta go.
Go
Home and do my skincare.
Shit, you guys, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
All right. Seacrest out. I still use that. All right, do you know how to stop recording?
Stop it.